Hey y'all. All right. Are we ready to handle this today? This is going to be part two and hopefully the final and last part. I don't know if I'm going to make it through the whole one, just to be transparent right up front, because I don't know how much I'm going to be able to talk. It's bothering me. As you can see, I'm pretty swollen on this side, but we're going to try to do as much as possible because I am so anxious to get done with this crap and be over it. And honestly, it could go on for years and years and years because I had no idea quite the love they have for me. So let's get going. We've got a buddy already, so bear with me for a moment. I've got to move him. I actually even got the perfect shirt for today, too. So, roses are red, people are fake. I stay to myself. Hey! So I won't be on the first 48. I figured it was fitting for this one today. So Kiki decided he needs to supervise, I guess. He's going to supervise us today. Mods, quick note to the mods in here. Nobody is blocked on this channel. I don't want them blocked unless it's extremely excessive ridiculousness, bots, things of that nature. But let them come in and say whatever the heck they want to. None of them are blocked over here. In fact, Mr. Steve McCrae, since I know you're here, or you will be, I'm sure, shortly. If you would like to take a link, I actually DM'd you today a link to this stream. If you would like to come up and be present, well, I'm correcting your misinformation. You and Vada are more than welcome to. The link's also in the description. I will only be inviting Steve and Vada on, but since you have so much to say and think I won't say it to your face, you're more than welcome to come up and hear your own lies right from your own mouth while you're sitting here. I have no problem with that. So feel free to hit the link and join me if you would like to. Otherwise, I'm just going to correct a bunch of misinformation and we're going to keep it moving. But mods, please do not block anybody unless it's excessive. You know the drill over here. Hey, Stitching. Hey, Mark. Hey, Miss Leah. Revival, Nat Flo. Remy, let's be honest. Kathy P. Rita. Army Tanker's wife. It'll kind of transfer over, like, we're on my backup channel, y'all. So it'll take a little bit for people to realize we're over here. So where we're going to go today is, I'm sure she did, Kathy. I'm sure she did. I can't even wait to see. Let's actually start there. Let me go over and show you guys. So some of you guys are like, why are you addressing this now? Because it's nonstop. It's been nonstop for a year. It has been absolutely the most insane, disgusting, ridiculous, just insanity from this group for over a year. Now, just to set the tone, if you missed part one, a year ago when I came onto YouTube in July, which they can't figure out dates, they had it in their heads because I was anonymous and used a voice changer that I was Katie. So they ran with the whole theory that I was Katie for the longest time. And then magically I wasn't Katie anymore because I got doxxed. And then, I had to be working with Katie. Supposedly there's all these clips of Katie saying we're a team and all this stuff. Prove it, show them, pull it out, because That's never been the case. That's not the case. And I've shown that many times, but I also included some stuff in here. But I am addressing it because it's nonstop. It is nonstop. And I'm going to show you for a moment how ridiculous this actually is. Actually, let me go to my other channel. Just a second. Give me one moment. I'm going to switch channels just in all fairness. So you guys can see. Let's go to EKC first. Since this is the only part in this that she's going to really get any insight into or have anything with. So we're just going to kind of go through this. Let me see. Okay, you guys can see her. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to go down here and show you her channel and her lives. Okay, so I didn't have a clue that this one basically has a channel dedicated to me. Let me go back and show you. I have been doing a lot of exploring the last week. And let me just say it's been interesting. So we're just going to show you how many videos they've done that include me or lies about me. I mean, there's a whole series of me, but hold on. She might as well just change it to I'm obsessed with nonsense, even though nonsense doesn't even watch anything I do. I mean, really? Okay. Let's see. Where does she start? This is a year ago, so this is good enough. So for those of you that don't know, well, here, I'll take me off the screen so you can actually see closer up. And this is just kind of a ego thing for them, I think, but they say that I watch everything they do. They like to tell everybody, oh my God, she watches everything we do. That's not true. So if these were watched, they'd have a red bar under them. And as you can see, there's just nothing. These are mostly Katie. This isn't where she starts getting into me, where she really starts. Let's see. Uni-Rock Facebook group. I'm sure I was probably mentioned in that one. I don't know. It would actually be scary to go through these videos and see how many times they've said Becky. It would really, or nonsense. It would be really scary. Okay, so far, none of these are watched. I haven't watched any of these, I don't think. Honestly, her bird watching videos are probably the best ones I've seen so far. Okay, so here's more, mostly on Katie. You can tell I have no idea what the hell these are because I don't watch them. Let's see. Where does it start? Oh, here's, yeah, these definitely, here's nonsense in the title. Nonsense. Shit, I've got a whole 6-part series on our channel, and I've never watched a single bit of it. Not on my main, or this is my main channel I'm showing you guys from, or my backup. Never, and I can show you that too. But I have never watched a single stream of hers. Here's another one, Halloween. She was talking about me. I mean, they're just, most of these videos have something to do with me in them. Here's another one. Here's another one. I mean, it's just all of her stuff has become me. It's actually really interesting. Anyways, so let's see. Where's the ones that I have watched? There has to be one on here somewhere because I did watch one 2 days ago. It would be now. Oh, here you go. Here's one. How far will Becky, Katie Joy, and Uni-Rock? There's one I watched. You're welcome, EKC. I watched one. And I probably skipped through most of it. But here's some more about me. All of these are about me. Haven't watched any of those. I don't have a clue. There's me in the thumbnail, of course. Oh, more me. Oh, more me. Let's find another one that I watched. Let's see. Oh, here's one that I watched a couple minutes of about her. I have something to say. Oh, here's one. New update from JLR camp. I was trying to find out what was going on with Uni's lawsuit, of course. I saw that the other day. Here's another one. Here's one that I skipped through. Can't tell you anything that she said because I don't care. All right, there's another one that I skipped through. You are not entitled to determine the content on YouTube, Univac. God. Oh, there's a bird one. Oh, here's me. I did watch that one. The Problem with Bunnies. I watched that one. We'll skip through. I didn't watch any of these in full context. Here's another one that I seem to have watched. This right here, I didn't watch the whole thing. It's 7 hours, but the bird feeder is actually pretty cool. I will give her that. But as far as her content, I don't even watch her, as you guys can see. And have said that all along and have no reason to lie about it. Like, what's the point? Here's one where I watched a couple minutes of the last couple days. Here's another one. It bores me, and she's stuck on stupid. I'm so embarrassed for nonsense. Why? Why are you so embarrassed for me? I'm not embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed for you that nobody, including the person you're trying to get attention from, watches your videos. Anyways, here's another one that I skipped through, and here's another one that I got into like the first 5 minutes and said, hell no. Anyways, as you can see, I don't watch them. I have no interest in watching them. Now let me go over here to Steve McCrae because I didn't know that Stevie boy has been doing lives on me too. He says, I'm not involved in any of this stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never been involved in this stuff. Really, Steve? Okay, cool. Let's go look. Okay, let's go to his lives. And I don't even know their videos, their shorts. A lot of them are about me. Steve doesn't talk about me. He has nothing to do with this situation. Why would he be brought into it? Oh, he's a liar. He's a liar. Let's go look. He said, I have, in one of the clips I'm going to play today, he says, I have over 2,000 videos. What? Has she never watched me? No, Steve. No, I have not. So here's some of his. Obviously, you can see I don't watch him. Here's on your screen what you guys are seeing. Again, none of these have been watched, nor do I care to watch them. But I guess in their head, this is what they think happens, that everybody watches them or cares. I did watch this one, A Message for Nonsense on the Web. Oh shit, am I tagged in a video? But he doesn't pay attention to any of this, right? Okay. That whole video was dedicated to me, and that is actually part of what we're going to talk about today. He also did one over here that he mentioned me in with Molly Golightly. And then looky here, there's all about Katie. But it gets really funny up here because I had no idea he wrote a love letter to me. Oh, there's more. There's some more. Here's him and EKC talking. There's talk, but they don't, concern themselves. Right here, frame jobs, nonsense on the web, framing people. Okay, Steve. All right, Steve. Love letter to nonsense on the web. Oh my goodness. That's a little creepy. There's another one. Let's discuss nonsense. Boundaries work both ways. He really was upset about me saying no to talking to him. Here's another one. Oh, crap. And another one. And another one. And then talking about Rabbit. But you can see, poor Steve, I don't watch you either. Oh, here's one that I clicked in and clicked through really fast. Ask me anything about Katie Joy. Can you say obsessed? Here's another one that I clicked through, Fox 13. I don't watch their shit, you guys. I just don't. I have no reason to watch this stuff. Why? What's interesting in that from me? Like, what? Why would I give attention to this? They love me so much, and they're trying to convince you all that I watch everything they do. I know. As you can see, that's not the case. And you can cry all you want and say, oh, have her check her backup. I'll show you that too. And you'll even be more embarrassed because I have no use of watching you guys. But let's go a little bit further here, because another one that I realized that I've heard her name, but another one I've never freaking given any energy to is this lady. She is another part of their group. Renelle Smith. I guess she's an anti or a part of this group or whatever, but let's go back here. And then there's a channel by the name of the Normal Bird Lady. Okay, so Renelle, let's see. Where does she start? KJ Promotes, that's a year ago. Oh, hers are on her videos. That's right. Okay. Here's another one. Never had anything to do with her. Have no clue who she is, but her hate for Katie, I guess, is my fault. Somehow. Okay, hold on. Let's look at this shit. This is just outwardly crazy to me. Like I said, I've heard them mention her in their clips, but this is wild. Wild to me. Okay, so let's see. Where does she start talking about me? These are all, she talks about Marvon here. She talks down the rabbit hole there. Well, we can go up here. Okay, let's look and see, because there's some with, oh, here's one with me from 11 months ago where she talks about me, nonsense on the web, lies on Molly Golightly and Goose. Oh, Jesus. Oh, these people need help. Okay, let's see what else. And the many times I mentioned in their other videos is downright troubling, to be honest. I have taken up way too much energy in their heads. There's more without a crystal ball. Obviously, she's an anti. Here's another one of me with my thumbnail. Nonsense on the web 2.0 continues to torment and harass. Yeah. Here's another one. Nonsense on the web 2.0, incapable of being a decent human. Nonsense on the web is above the rest. Who the fuck are you? Oh, I did click into this one right here. You're welcome. I did do that. I clicked into that one, Renelle, last night. Here's another one. Nonsense on the web, the face of moral authority. What is wrong with these people? Oh, wait. They can't handle being called out on their lies. But I don't even know who this creator is. Nonsense claims the anti-extremists are dangerous. They are. Nonsense claiming harassment. Okay. Nonsense on the web lies by taking a few pages out of her, whoever. More Katie stuff, of course. Then there's Katie stuff. Okay. Here you go. I mean, all of it. Just non-stop ridiculousness. Has she finally got a clue and stopped talking about me? You would think. Oh, shit. Probably not. Oh, here's the doxing stuff on poor Vada Jade. Poor Vada. Hold on. Let me go over here. Let me look at another one. Then there's some whimsically something that has done videos. Blue Apple did videos. Let me see. Normal Bird Lady, I think her name was. Somebody, yeah. This lady, whoever she is, hold on, let me show you the screen. I haven't either. I clicked into that one, let's be honest, and that was it. And I was like, oh, okay, this is a little unhinged here. Okay. Now I don't have a clue who she is whatsoever. And I mean, hey, it's commentary community, right? But you cannot imagine how wrong they get stuff, and they continue to get it, and they're okay with it. And it's all because they cannot overcome their own lies. So you've got her covering all this stuff, but then she did right here. Hey, Becky, you're so lost. You don't understand. Who the fuck are you? And honey, I'm not wrong. I've got receipts to back up everything I say. Do you? Probably not, because you just go with the narrative. But this shit's unhinged. Unhinged. Completely unhinged. And there's more too. So there was that Blue Apple account. There's that whimsically chick that made some shorts or something about me. I don't know. They would all take me and their stuff. Anyways, this is that little like subsector group though that I have no idea who they were. And before some of these got involved, before Tia saw the light, she made a few videos on me too. Like that whole little group. And then you've got all of Penelope's videos about me that are up still, which was a part of that group. It's absolutely wild. But hey, I guess I fluffer or something. I can't even tell you at this time. Question in the chat. Do you guys want to go from current day backwards, or would you like to go backwards? Let's go backwards. Let's go backwards. Let's just go backwards. Oh, let's start here. You guys know how much I enjoy this stuff, right? I mean, if you don't, you should by now, because it really sucks. It really sucks posting their own words against them. So this is going to be under fair use commentary. This is based on my opinion on the facts, and it is all for educational and entertainment purposes only. And I'm definitely in a smart ass mood, so buckle up, because we never know where we're going to be. And I made Vada a button today. I absolutely made her a button. So here's the Vada button. Oh, Vada, by the way, honey, this channel isn't about you, but thank you, because people like watching your ridiculousness. I'm already able to monetize this channel. However, I wasn't even intending on doing it, but thank you. People watch how insane you act and they enjoy it. So I could already monetize it if I wanted to, but this is Kyle and I's channel. So I'll wait until we do something actually content worthy over here. I mean, hey, she lies like a Persian rug on a rich man's floor. I'm fitting in all factors. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Again, my mods, please do not time anybody out unless it's really egregious. Nobody is blocked over here. Steve, hit the fucking link. It's in your DM. Come on up here. I'll let you watch yourself get made a fool of right beside me. If you have questions, bring them up here. But like I told you in the DMs, if you decide to be a man and confront your lies straightforward, I expect you, before you have accusations, that you better have proof of the accusations that you're going to be making. So I expect clips, you know, all of the things that are called receipts. You say you have all these files, so I'm sure you have one titled Becky. Becky, my obsession, my love. You wrote a love letter to me, Jesus. But if you're wanting to handle this once and for all like a big man, pull up your seat. That is the same thing for you. Hit the link. It's in the description. You want to talk so big and tough? Let's confront the facts. Let's confront the lies. You want to come up here and talk about your own lies and the stories you twist? Hit the link. Anybody else? Don't mind me. I'm just going to get over here and do my thing. Let's go.
So today, as you have seen, let's go over what we did last week. So last week we did a 6-hour exposure on nonsense on the web, and she made a response.
Yay me! We did a 6-hour exposure on nonsense on the web. That is when she took panel over at Molly Golightly's with EKC and Spanky. There was a 3-part series that they did. It was the biggest waste of 10 hours of everybody's lives when we went through that. Of course, I'm not going to provide receipts. Why would I have? It's already out there. Everything you want to see is on my channel. There is nothing that's not on my channel. So there's that.
But today, I'm not going over that response. I'm going over her reaction to my interview with Molly. Now, I've gotten bombarded with comments during that live. They waited until my chat was full to come and troll it, which is expected. I figured that would happen. So this time, I'm not going to go without having a mod. Not happening.
And yes, this is clipped through, of course, because I ain't going to make you sit through 3 hours of her insanity and the lies. So yeah, it is clipped down. Just some fun parts.
So if you would like to donate to a new channel, it's up and coming. Yesterday was my birthday, so I was going to go live yesterday, but I didn't due to my birthday. But
oh, by the way, this video is from February 21st, 2023, if you want to know. But don't forget, she stopped talking about me in February. If you watched part 1, she says boldly from the other night that she stopped talking about me 8 months ago. That just ain't true.
Here are my pay links if you'd like to do that. But today we're going to be talking about boom.
Boom. Boom. Boom. Sorry, y'all. I might just crumble into ashes by the time we're done. And for those of you that just came in too and you didn't get to see it, this is for them. Roses are red, people are fake. I stay to myself so I won't be on the first 48. I mean, that is actually really fucking fitting for me, because I really do. All right, back to the bullshit. Thank you guys for all joining me. Hello. And yes, I'm not reading comments very much through this. I do have my phone down here, but I have to pause a lot through this and give details. So I'll try.
Those are both my mods. I'm going to figure out how to add Gabby right now. So let me do that super quick because I definitely need moderators because I know Nonsense is going to send all of her people over here to harass me.
Okay, so she says a lot of this. Like, I know Nonsense is going to send people. I know Nonsense. I guess I have some crystal ball. Crystal ball. Anyways, that controls the entire internet, and I send people. You will never find one place where I have instructed a single person to troll her to do anything. In fact, I've said quite the opposite. In fact, other people's involvement with her continued to keep me in the mess. And I didn't even know the extent of how much other people were involved with this until I did start watching her videos this last week. And let me just say, it's epically disappointing that this continued on and I had nothing to do with it. But one thing that's always stood out that's really odd to me, and no, of course, I don't want this to happen to anybody else, but why don't they go real life on anybody else? Why don't they threaten anybody else's kids? Well, I mean, Katie's, they do. But why other people have entertained them? I mean, she tried to dox Burnt Toast too, so there's that. But why other people that don't ignore her, like Burnt Toast just called her out, Tire Talks called her out, why is it constantly that she tries to go real life on me, Vada? Why is that? Oh, wait, I explained the other day, right? Gotcha. Things that don't make sense.
To studio. So whenever we did our exposure the other day, well, let's go over. When I did the interview with Molly, my comments got rated. A lot of threats were sent to me. Someone named Al Crane, whoever that is an
Big Al. That's my buddy from Facebook.
Threats, and I just want y'all to know.
Listen to this threat. Listen to the threat Big Al sent her. Big Al was doxed incorrectly as blank screen by the Molly crew because of their association with Erica. If you forget about how that all happened.
Oh, that you can send. Sorry,
hey, y'all.
You can send all of the threats you want to send me. It makes my dick hard. It's fine with me. Go ahead. Doesn't bother me whatsoever. He had sent something in my comments like, "Messing with nonsense is like playing with fire."
Messing with nonsense is like playing with fire. How is that a threat, Vada? How is that? By the way, I know how to say your name, Brittany, but I like to piss you off. It's kind of a thing. It really triggers you when I say Vada, whatever the hell I want to call you. Dumbass. I don't call you that. That's my name, I guess. So, but I do know how to say your name. But how is that a threat again? Anybody enlighten me on that?
Okay.
Hey, Lisa. I clipped out a section. That's what that meant.
Went through. I never reviewed her reviewing my interview, but I want to tell you what happened in the comments of the interview. There was people in there saying horrible stuff. They're mad because I deleted some people. Well, let's get some things straight. I had Molly threatening to leave if I didn't delete the people calling her a pussy ass bitch.
Molly threatened to leave because people were in the comment section calling her PSB. What's that got to do with me?
For one, I'm not leaving a comment like that up there. So y'all can get mad and say I'm a blocker all you want to. I'm not leaving that trash on my comments. Not happening.
You don't leave anything in your comments unless it's like stroking your ego. Let's get to the point here.
It's actually probably been 2 weeks now. I go on there the other day and I start noticing something very fishy right off the bat. And she has made excuse after excuse after excuse about how she didn't alter that clip trying to frame Molly with the murder thing. She did. She absolutely did. Her damn, whatever you call it, stamps on the side and everything. But you can go over to EKC's channel. I'll put her name in the description after this and look at her last live. And
I clipped all of that out of there because I've showed it so many times, but I'm going to show you something else.
You'll see it. She made a lot of lies, but we're going to go over a couple of those. But
let's just hit her home right in the get-go. Okay, let's go here. So this, again, my channel, my main channel, this video happens to be from August 14th, 2022. So they keep talking about how this clip was altered. It was edited. She's gone through all this debunking on this clip. You know, it's just terrible. How could we do that? We made Molly say something she didn't say. Okay. So they clipped it out of context. I don't know if Katie clipped my video and then did something with it. I have no clue, nor do I care. It's Katie. That's Katie's on her own. Nothing to do with me, but they can't do that. So this is my video that's still on the page. It's called Embarrassing Moments with Misinformation. It features Goose. Imagine that. And I did include this a couple times in here, but just so people are aware that you can go find this yourself if you really think I deep faked this audio. But let me just show you.
Like, send you a text with their middle finger, because that's what you deserve. You don't deserve to be able to talk to Dre, her mods, or her admins.
Right.
I hope they don't forget what you did and what you said, because at the end of the day, you're the only person that called Dre a murderer. So
we don't need her.
Remember, according to Vada's receipts that she showed the other night when she rage quit because she could only make it 30 minutes, she didn't even get to the part of all the clips of Molly saying that she hurt her husband. She couldn't even get there. She had to rage quit and go find her school of nonsense and bring up all of her chopped and screwed shit to fit a narrative. Well, this has been on my channel the entire time, but these rocket scientists over there can't quite figure it out, that this is my video. Whatever Katie did to the video, nothing to do with me. Me and Katie are two separate fucking people. This is my video. But supposedly I deep faked audio. Here you go.
Just don't want to watch her murder her husband, mistreat her children.
Why do you guys make such bold statements?
Anyways, y'all get the point, and I will probably end up going over that once again. But let's go back to this right here. And honk, honk, you're still wrong. And I got a shirt for you coming up one of these days too, because I ain't done with you. You think that you can just slime around in the backyard end of things with your buddy Molly and play all these games and then emotionally manipulate people when you got your shit too deep into stuff. Nah, bitch, we ain't done with you either. But I don't have time for it right now. So let's let Vada talk.
I'm really about to drop a freaking bomb. If anybody else didn't think this girl was a fraud, you're about to really see it.
Oh, she's going to drop a bomb. Careful, everybody. Get your helmets on. This is about to get deep. She's about to expose me for the fraud I really am.
Are y'all ready for that? Let's check the comments again.
By the way, if you are looking for this video of where it came from, it's the third video on her channel. It is all the way down at the bottom, the third video in.
I thought I learned cursive in what? Second grade, idiot. Can y'all see that it's a B? It's a freaking B. And I can show you from my editor that it's a B. Oh, it grades me when she says your name wrong. I know, Bada. And everybody has said it in front of her, Beta. I mean, this is how dumb she is. But
no, it's how easy it is to trigger you. That's it.
God, thank God her hair color is the right color. Mine's sort of white, so.
Mine's natural, unlike yours.
All right, I want to show y'all how desperate you have to be.
This is me being desperate, y'all. Okay, hold on.
To go to my live to react to. Take it down, edit it, change the color to orange, and then come for me. Okay? And I'm going to show you directly from her channel and directly from my channel the difference, and y'all tell me if you can see the difference. All right, so what we're looking for, guys, is orange. Look at what she did to my video to alter it. And if this doesn't show she's a fraud and validate my claim that she altered that murder clip, this will. Okay, let's hear her real quick. Where is that? I had that right there on top. I must have moved it on accident. Okay.
This is going to show you.
All right.
Oh my gosh, how do we deal with it?
All right, you guys got to see the screen.
Molly got all done up for this fucking paid interview.
I added a damn filter over it, but just wait, it gets better.
Yeah. It's so good. Oh, we're all going together. Oh, this is going to be a long one. Here we go. All right, back to me. Sorry.
Look at how mad she is.
Did y'all see that? I think it's against TOS to alter someone's shit.
It's not against TOS. This is called transformative.
But here is a video sample from my own channel of what it really looks like.
How do you deal with it?
Okay, can you see the difference? And then here's her video
Just so you know, I got to 10,000 subscribers with an iPhone and this little thing right here. Wow, I didn't even know how to make a.
Look at that shit. And look.
I mean, look at that shit. Oh, it shows what a fraud I am. I added a filter.
Right here. Nonsense's channel versus my channel. I'm fucking orange. Orange.
Aren't you glad you're not a banana?
Look at this. She had to go this far to discredit me. Like, are you serious? How desperate can you be? Good Lord.
Oh. This is proof 100% that I'm a fraud, and I edited a clip of Molly. Meanwhile, my video's still there, has been there the entire fucking time, and these dumbasses can't figure out how to correlate things in their heads. But this shows that I'm a fraud because I added a filter. It's called transformative. We are transforming your content to make it into something that's palatable for our audience. That's it. Kind of like this. I mean,
Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Isn't it illegal to alter someone's footage like that?
it is now illegal.
These people lied, pointing fingers without any proof while demanding proof from Molly. Exactly. And Justin, they are still lying while you expose them. They are the only scammers in this story. Hush puppy. Thank you. That's the truth. If that's not the truth of the day right there. Oh, she's so cringe. Why is it any business of hers? Exactly. She stalks me. Y'all don't believe me? I'll show you. She does. She does stalk me. She even said, I'm watching you, and so is everyone else. She admits to it.
Okay, actually, you know what? Maybe I should do that. I forgot to do hers. Hold on. Let's go over and look at her page. Let's go look at Vada's page. And hers I have watched more of course, because I really, up until the last week, though, sadly, I had not watched many and really I was aware I would get clips a lot. Hold on. I did get clips a lot of her crap that was going on, but I did not understand that this whole channel is basically about me too. And even the lives. Okay, so first let's start in my playlist right quick. Make sure you guys can see it. Let me pull a big screen. Oh, wrong way. Okay, there you go. Here you go. Here's the playlist of hers that she has. She has a whole channel with 21 videos.
She was a little girl in chronic pain.
Saying, that's a Maya one. I don't know what it is, but these are all videos here. I actually watched this on somebody else's channel. The Maya Kowalski. That case is really sad. Can you guys see that good enough? If you look all the way over here, because it's a playlist, you'll see. So I've watched quite a few of these. Cougar Dreams, I started to watch. Why You Still Lying? I've clicked into The Creators Who Framed a Marine's Family. I've clicked into. I've watched a little bit of Exposing the Circus. The Tainted Obsession, I watched a little bit. So some of these I have clicked through, but there's still quite a few that I've never watched, like all of these first ones. Never even clicked into them. Don't have a concern for them. But let's continue to go. Let's go back. Let's see here. Okay, let me go over here. Here's her live streams. So I clicked into this Furniture Fury. That's the one I clicked the other day. Here's part of her interview. I did watch some of this one. This is the one we're clipping today. Operation Mass Flag. I watched a little bit of Mass Flagging recap. Never watched. None of these have I watched. So again, please tell me exactly how I'm stalking you when I don't even barely watch your stuff. And you got more attention this last week. Your views went up because we all were like, wait a second here. I've never watched any of these three. I did watch a little bit of the Carrot Crops one, the Penelope Docs one, which was completely dumb. The Stalker Alert. Nope. Oh, and her why. That's another thing I should probably address right quick. But anyways, she's deleted a ton of videos, let's be honest, from my understanding. I can't tell you how many exactly, but she does. But it's just not even the case. I had no intent of watching them, and I can even show my history and show you that I've watched them in the last couple of weeks of figuring out how insane this actually got. But they don't want to, hear any of that. So
did y'all see the orange? Y'all tell me in the comments before I keep going. I want to make sure y'all saw what I saw. Did y'all see how orange that shit was?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she wants to scream everybody's exploiting Marvon. Your whole channel's about Marvon and Molly, and so is dumbass over there, Uni-Rock.
So my channel does have a lot of Molly content on it. Marvon, yes, absolutely. The situation around Marvon, but Molly was the main player on YouTube. But it involves, my channel actually started off discussing the Facebook admins, what was going on. It discusses Leticia, Wynette, Marvon Sr., the admins from the Facebook groups, Justin, Spanky, LB, all of the distractions. There is so many people covered on my main channel, but in their heads, it's all about Molly because Molly was the loudest out of everybody. So of course she got more airtime. She was really problematic. So was Katie in the first, but by the time we started I started unfolding this with the Tessas, a couple girls. By that time, Katie had exited and completely made an apology that live is still on my channel currently.
And it's broad ass. It's literally part of fair use to literally part of fair use to transform, alter the footage you're using. Of course, it's not illegal. No.
Oh, and by the way, if they try to give anybody the whole, like, I'm not taking a link over there to confront her, I'm not doing this because there's lawsuits involved. First of all, I have nothing to do with the lawsuit whatsoever. So there is nothing that prevents you. There is no legal action by me taken against any of these people. I am not associated with any of those lawsuits before they try to use that as an excuse of why they can't pull their asses up and correct their own misinformation. Just to let you know, I know that that will be used because they just cannot confront their lies. However, that's not a factor. I have no litigation with any of these people. Law enforcement absolutely is handling the threats and things like that. But at this point in time, there is nothing preventing these people, nor am I associated with anybody that does have legal action against these people.
You don't get what I mean? It is legal to transform someone's content and put a background out of frame, whatever, but you're not supposed to go and edit, turn it orange, and then use that as a way to criticize them. I don't think you're able to do that.
Actually, that's 100% able to be done. And that's what I did here too. You're welcome.
I'm not going to strike her. No way. I'm not a striker. I'm not like that. Why is she so damn? Exactly. She has been up my ass. She sits there and says any person she says is biting on her ankles, it's really her. Like the Erica chick she's obsessed with, it's her probably stalking Erica. And I've seen comments where she'll attach, where she's been following Erica around in all these comment sections, she'll attach 32 images.
You don't have to follow Erica around. She's everywhere. She's actually in people's comment sections currently under another alt that I know exactly who she is. And I crack the hell up because she sits and talks about you all the time. And she corrects people on you. Erica and I had no previous relationship. I tried warning all of you guys. That's actually how Steve got mentioned on my channel first and foremost, was because he was co-signing Erica's BS about an RO on Katie. Erica has a history of been knowing to falsify all sorts of stuff. So try again.
Of Erica's comments. Tell her.
Oh, and I absolutely, when I see Erica, I do screenshot them and we crack the hell up. We absolutely crack the hell up about Erica and all of her multiple places that she's not, and she's not on the internet. Meanwhile, she's on the internet. I used to do a weekly recap of where Erica was because it's so fucking hysterical. There's whole channels on Facebook and people that have had past history with Erica for 5+ years. The truth will always come out. She does Erica content quite a bit and is really factual. I would encourage you to go watch that.
Now, who's the stalker if you're doing all that? Just saying. She was just in Makeup Monsters chat saying she doesn't stalk. Okay. And I'm a fucking leprechaun.
Well, I mean, the leprechaun's kind of cuter, but.
Okay. Now we're going to go over to EKC's video. I've never shared my screen before. So we're going to go over to her page. And I just wanted to show y'all other proof real quick.
I don't know what she's showing here, nor do I give a shit, because this means nothing to me. Just because one card declined does not mean anything about Molly's Patreon. I don't care.
Okay. This one, payment failed back in February. Right here is me paying for it on January 7th. I wasn't even a patron whenever I did that interview. So how did I pay her for the interview? If y'all are going to lie on me, show proof. That's all I ask, show proof. And, I've got people in my messenger asking me to clear their name and stuff. Y'all clear the lies you told about me before I even think about it, honey.
Who is in your inbox asking you to clear lies about them? Who is that, Vada? I would love to know, because I've never been in your inbox, and nor do I care, because all you do is lie. That's it. So who is asking you to clear their name from anything? Who would that be? I would love to know.
All right, next up. Let me figure out how to share a screen. Uh-oh, my husband's here. Give me 1 second. I was going to show y'all my baby hippo. His name is Lestat, but he'll knock over all of my stuff. He's a German Shepherd, and he's like 120 pounds, but he's my baby. He's my baby. Give me Lestat. I named him Lestat after Anne Rice's book, Interview with a Vampire. That's one of my favorite movies as well, with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. Come here, Bubby. Hold on, and I'll show you him. Lestat. Lestat. Can y'all see him? That's my baby. That's my baby hippo. Well, I call him either a baby horse or my baby hippo.
Get to the point.
All right. But he's my little vampire.
Land the plane.
Okay. Let's see. Where were you at? All right. I'm going to try to share my screen. I've never done this before, but let me try it. Share screen. YouTube. Share. Okay. I hope y'all can see my screen. I'm going to come back. Are y'all able to see my screen? Are y'all seeing the YouTube tab up there? Let me know before I keep going. I don't want to go through all that like a dumbass. Do y'all see the YouTube thing? Okay. We're going to go over to EKC's channel super quick. She did a video. I didn't have time to clip all of this because I just wanted to go live. And Nonsense's trolls were already trolling my comments 4 days in advance. How hilarious.
Nonsense is trolls. Nonsense is trolls. I send people after her. I have a troll group. I mean, come on now. And I did take this out because, again, this one is not a factor in anything. She's just got a channel that she talks about me. She might as well just name it I'm Obsessed with Nonsense at this point in time. But her point of this whole thing was to show that I deep faked the audio of the video that's currently on my fucking page still to this day. I don't know how many ways that it can be spun into a narrative that they're trying to fit, but it never will.
Hilarious is that?
Yeah. Let's just go.
I think, okay, there's Steve. Woohoo.
So I brought it up to the Steve McCrae. You know, this is the man that has never been a part of this stuff, doesn't understand why he was mentioned, doesn't quite understand or comprehend any of this. Meanwhile, we just looked at his page, and how many videos does he have of me? Plus, I've heard that there's other groups and pages that they're a part of that I get discussed a lot on. I don't know, a little creepy to me. Again, this was back in February. Steve started his videos on me the very day after I declined having communication with him. But don't worry, you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just going to show you.
Hey.
Go.
Well, hello.
All right, I would have went on and on and on.
Let me turn off the.
Wow, you're dark.
I'm getting ready for work. So, by the way, I'm feeling better. I did take my temperature. I'm back to normal.
Oh, I didn't know you
I
were
wasn't
asleep.
feeling very good the other day. I just wasn't
God, he's a chronic victim.
feeling very good the other
Lord
day.
bless it.
Had
What
fever,
was
was like
your birthday?
99.4.
What's
My
your
birthday was on the 12th.
Okay, mine
Oh,
was
sorry, on the 14th. I'm sorry, the 14th.
Did you see how she altered my video?
Yes, she did. She changed the saturation on your video. Or somebody
It's a filter, you idiot. It's not a big deal. It's a filter.
did. I mean, I can't conclusively say who, obviously.
Get the frick over it. She's so triggered by me putting a filter on her video. She's lucky I didn't
Because
change
I
her
didn't see
into.
the edit, but I mean, there was editing done. There's no question about it. Your video was saturated. She was commenting on it. So if she was commenting on it, either she changed the video or somebody did, and she doesn't seem to want to care if that video has been altered or not, which to me is just mind blowing. Well, you know what? Actually,
Mind blowing. It's mind blowing. How dare she put a filter over my video? Steve, dude, do you need a box of tissues for this live stream? Because this is going to make you look even more foolish than you already do on your own. Come on, dude. Pull up a link. Let's talk about this. Since you have wanted my attention for over a year now, you got it. I'm just going to make you look like a fool unless you want to explain for yourself. But my God.
actually, it's par for the course with these people.
Yeah. Proves I'm a fraud. Adding a filter.
I wanted to show, she says that she has no involvement in this uncovering fraud in the Von McCrae case group. But I just want to show you, just real quick, a few of the posts in there. They're all either about nonsense, shared from nonsense, or nonsense. Real quick.
Okay. You'll notice here that she's showing Flava's group that was at the time had switched to exposing Scam Shell, which I think it was initially, I don't even remember. It had something. Oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry. Hold on. Becky, wake up. Oh, well, you forgot. All you didn't have to see was Steve's face for a minute. You'll get plenty of that. But she is continuing to like try to, I don't even know the point here. This was Flava's group on Facebook.
So we have this one. There's 3.
Oh, right there. It showed all the different names. Daniel.
Wait. That tells you about.
So it was initially uncovering fraud in the Von McCrae case. Then it was uncovering fraud in the Von McCrae case, aka exposing Big Juicy. Then it went to exposing scammers after Flava and I had like parted ways, and well, not really even parted ways because I was never a part of that group. I was never an admin for the group or anything of that nature. Then it turned to exposing scam shells. Then the group exposing scammers. They've changed the name a lot. She also lost all of her admins at the same time too. Flava did, before I had any clue what was going on over there.
The group, okay? Which we'll go over that later, but I just want to prove a point. And that's her post for Danielle. All right, here we go.
My post for Danielle. They were never for anybody. They were for me. My posts. So because these people shared my stuff, my posts, my videos into Flava's group, somehow I'm associated.
Group. 3 posts here, all for nonsense.
All for nonsense, except none of these are nonsense sharing her posts.
3, all for nonsense. Another set, all for nonsense.
Yeah, and that symbol there is from a public post.
Duh, Steve. They were posted on my Facebook page, dumbass.
But she said she had no involvement. She never
I've been listening to them too much now. That's all I can say.
posted. Nobody posted about her in there. Every single post in there is about nonsense.
I never said nobody posted about me in there. Never came out of my mouth there. Clip it.
Yeah.
Just because I was not an admin of the group. Okay, well, let's take a look here. Here's more receipts. This is what this is called. This is called a receipt of a message between me and somebody else on October 14th. Somebody said, now people think you're Alicia Flava. Who's that? The admin of that group I said on October 14th? No, just one of Dre's longtime supporters. Alicia is an admin of Exposing Fraud. Yes, sorry, the money group, right? Who's saying she's me? Oh, someone random. Oh, shit. I didn't even know who she was even then. Okay, but continue on. That's called a receipt. They don't want it. They don't want to talk about receipts, though.
I mean, I think she's involved in a lot more groups. I mean, you got to remember, all these people have alts. I have 2 Facebooks too.
Prove it, Steve. Prove my alts. Pull them all up and prove them. I guarantee you, with claims like that, I'm a philosopher. By the way, I've never seen anything that you do philosophy, but that's here nor there. But you don't like accusations made at all without proof. So I'm sure you have proof that you know exactly what my alts are, right?
I have my Steve McCrae account and I have my non-sequitur account. That's it. I don't use any other Facebook account. I don't have any other Facebook account. I'm sure they have multiple ones. And I'm guaranteeing that at some point in time, Katie Joy had access to Nonsense account because she had posted under Nonsense account. And that can only happen if you actually have the credentials to log in under that account. Now,
oh, really, Steve? Steve, you got proof of that too, right? Because I already showed that I'm the only one that has access to my page. Showed you flat out. Katie didn't have access to it. I've never... Again, you don't have to take my word for this stuff because I'm going to prove it coming up. But I didn't even know who Katie was when all this started. What had happened was, even though I've explained this 5,000 times, there was posts going all over the place. Somebody tagged me in a comment section under one of Katie's posts. I thought it was my post. So I start commenting in the freaking comment section to people in the comments, not even paying attention. Somebody finally points out in the comment section, hey, nonsense. Why are you responding to this? And I'm like, huh? It didn't even click to me at first. Oh, shit. Somebody tagged me on somebody else's page. I thought I was talking on my own page. I told him flat out, nope, that was me. 100% me. Having a blonde moment. Didn't even pay attention to where it was tagged. Finally, somebody pointed it out, but that was their big gotcha. Katie had access to my page. There was admins doing stuff. She had to be all of that crap, which was never true. And that has been debunked on my page too, on the main page. But Steve, with accusations like that, again, I'm going to need receipts because you said you have files to prove all of the things that you said. So you are up to like 3 things already, and you've been on this panel for 3 minutes. So you're going to pull receipts, right?
People are confused. People are saying, oh, this, nonsense is Katie Joy. I never said that. Actually, I've said from the beginning that I do not believe that in any way, shape, or form.
Hey, Steve, do you remember being in Tia's comments?
And I was kind of vilified. Yeah, I was kind of vilified with that. I actually had people going, oh, Steve, you're just wrong. Oh, okay. I go where the evidence is. And there was no evidence that nonsense was Katie Joy. But have they been working together in some capacity? 100%. No question about it.
So you're going to prove that too, right? That Katie and I have been working together. You got proof of that, right? I am so hopeful that everything gets subpoenaed. I really do. I hope that I'm brought into one of these court cases so I can slap these guys in the face and embarrass them once and for all in a court of law. That would be the best moment, probably, and the highlight of my entire year on here, because he says a lot of stuff with no proof to back anything up. But he, early on, has always said that I absolutely had something to do with Katie. But you don't have to take my word for it again. I have receipts. Hey, B10. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What's that called? The first time that Katie and I ever communicated. Oh, no. That's not a receipt, is it? Becky, where'd you pull that out of your ass? Oh, probably. But let's just take a look at what it says here. It says July 24th, 2022 at 3:59 p.m. Hey, this is Without a Crystal Ball, Katie Joy. We need to talk. I said, hey, since everyone assumes I'm you, LOL. She does a laughing face. Well, you have a brain. I have a lot of screenshots I can dump. And there you go. So that was the first interaction between Katie and I because I had no fucking clue who she was. No clue who she was. No clue. And anybody that knows me knows how ridiculously lost I was of who these creators were, what the hell was going on. No clue. But, you know, receipts are a bitch. Oh, wait. And I've said it again. The last time I had contact with Katie at all, and the only place that Katie and I had ever communicated was on Facebook. That's the only communication I've ever had. I checked my emails. I checked everything to see if there was something that even I had missed. Nope. October 13th, 2022 was the last interaction that I had with Katie. Such a long relationship. I worked with her for so long. God, these guys are idiots. It's embarrassing. And here is the last message on October 13th between Katie and I. She responded. I never responded. We went our separate ways. Poof. No big deal. She was interested in what was going on with the children and the ex-husband. I had no concern. I never even discussed that. That was something that I refused to discuss.
All these people are wondering where
But they don't want to talk about receipts.
I came from into this story. So I wanted you to tell you're where I began. How did I meet you and when?
Listen closely to this upcoming section because in part one, we heard that she started her channel because she saw these things going on. But pay attention to this because it's really interesting to me that all these fake emails are going around and she has been spending so much energy claiming that they're fished or spoofed or, you know, all of the different adjectives she likes to use besides you're a fucking liar. Anyways, it's really interesting what she's about to say here. I'm going to actually slow it down a little bit just because I want you to hear what Steve has to say too.
You know, it's fairly recent actually. You were just kind of in the background. You were just somebody, and look, we get these people all the time. No offense. We get people all the time that say, "Hey, we're just lurkers," and we, you know, started. We reached.
Gosh dang it! No, I'm owed money. I don't even know what the set wage was, and then I guess I'm supposed to be paying Kathy P and all these other people that work for me. I guess I have a troll group. I don't know if you guys were making pennies on the hour too. I have no idea. I guess there was a lot of contracts that were signed and a lot of money that switched hands, and nobody ever paid nonsense. Oh, wait, we don't want to go there either, do we? Oh, yeah, we do. We're going to go there. We're going to go there in a little bit. Hold your horses. This is going to be a fun fucking day for them.
Researching this stuff and looking at this stuff, and they'll ask us questions. It happens frequently. It happened with that person, Erica, right? And she started telling us stuff that we could not verify, that I could not personally go and verify.
Hey,
so the only thing...
Oh, shit. What's that? Steve claims that he never had interaction with Erica. The problem was that I can prove that he had interaction with Erica. Molly claimed that Katie had 14 active ROs on her at one point in time in the beginning of all of this. Erica was one of those ROs. And when I heard that Erica had started communicating with this extreme group, I had absolutely said, look, she is known for fabricating stuff. In fact, there was a gal by the name of Mackenzie that came on my panel at one point in time, right after or during this whole thing. I was completely confused, had no clue. Why do you think I never even went anywhere with that? Because none of it made sense to me. All I cared about was the fact that Erica has a history of faking screenshots, doing things like this, legal documents. It's who she is. And Steve was trying to gravitate onto Erica's RO and being like, no, it's fact basis. I can vet that information, but he claims that never happened. Pull it apart. I even have a lot more messages, but they're from another creator that was interacting with him. So I'm not going to expose him to that degree because that person doesn't have a YouTube channel. And I don't want to embarrass Steve horribly, but he absolutely was verifying to other people that Erica, you know, that was the hill that they were going to die on. Erica was going to take Katie Joy down kind of thing. And he claims he wasn't confirming this anyways. He absolutely was. And these were the screenshots that I showed back then. You can see that the whole timestamp on this was from September 10th. So this was previous to that. If you guys have questions, ask away. Here's another one. You know, these are just screenshots Steve not confirming the RO. Not at all. I mean, Steve would never put misinformation out. He's a philosopher of all things. I have confirmed it. Getting a screenshot now from filing. Can you give me a few though? Oh my God, no, Steve, you did not. You did not do that. You didn't. Where did that ever end up there, Steve? Where did that RO ever end up with Katie? Kind of sounds familiar to the same situation you're trying now. Shocker. Hey, y'all. And yes, I'm a little giddy today because I really enjoy making people look like idiots. I really do. It's 100% something I enjoy because this is really easy to do. And they really should have hoped that I never went back and looked at all the lies they've told. There is so many. It's unbelievable. Oh, crap. Not Steve confirming more stuff and having more conversations about that RO. Oh, shit. Damn it, Becky. What's wrong with you? Hey, Nikki. Hey, KCG. Yeah, you would think, Revival, good question on that, because you would think with his expertise and, him associating with Erica, here's more of the RO that supposedly Erica had on Crystal Ball. By the way, for those of you guys that are still unaware, Miss Cartman Crane on Facebook was Erica. That's what we were trying to get through to your heads. Erica was playing games with Molly, Spanky, Katie. She was trying to work with everybody. She was trying to work with me. And then as soon as you would say, absolutely not, what are you doing? She would flip and turn. But we were trying to I was trying. I shouldn't even say we, because this was all me. 100% all me. Nobody, even the Tessas, had no clue who Erica was. Thank God I had paid attention on Facebook, and people like the Thunderdome, The Truth Will Always Come Out, Big Al, a bunch of others have exposed Erica for years for being the fraudulent liar she is. But Erica was moving very shady and providing fabricated information, such as blank screens information. That's why Big Al got doxxed as blank screen. But they stood on those hills and they were going to go down with the flames because Erica was so factual, right? Kind of same thing that's happening with Vada. Yeah, embarrassing. But Steve absolutely knew how to file in Minnesota courts, e-file. Good question, Revival. I wonder why he didn't.
That person
Let's let Steve continue to tell us about our lives.
has said that I could verify is that she had filed something with the Minnesota State Court and had a file number. That is true. There was no indication it was served. There was no indication that Katie had a restraining order. There's no indication that any of the paperwork had been processed.
Remember, that was back in September when all of that actually happened. This is now February. So the story, of course, had changed by this point in time because Steve knew that he had absolutely taken fabricated information and ran with it and vetted it to other creators even. So
it was, any more in the court other than somebody who just filed something into a docket, which anybody can do with an account. I can't. I have an account there, so I found it. You, on the other hand,
Erica. I don't even know who Erica is.
I don't know her last name.
I have no.
Yeah, I know nothing about her. Yeah, I really know really very little about it because the thing she was telling me, I just couldn't verify. And so,
really, no, you couldn't verify Erica's information. No, get out of here.
I just took it from a grain of salt. But you
were putting a lot of effort into that, though. I think that some of the people that followed them in the beginning will remember that. Even the people that didn't like me and did think I was Katie were putting a lot of hope in this Erica RO and the 14 ROs that Molly claimed, which nobody's ever been able to provide proof of either.
You started verifying things, and everything that I saw coming out of your platform, I agreed with. Oh. And if you had any questions, you want to know anything, you're just asking Aaron or I. And that's the big difference. But I mean, honestly, I know very little about you. I know that you're married, I think, right? I mean,
about a year ago. Yeah. About a year ago.
Pay attention here.
A newlywed. Yeah, newlywed. But other than that.
No, dumbass, that's not what she's saying. Let her talk. She claims she was married for 4 years. She's trying to tell you how she came into this, and you're screwing up, Kate. Shut up for a minute.
I've been married 4 years. Crazy, 4 years.
4 years? That's not too long.
Yeah. Actually, you were being set up, and
Steve was being set up. I first thought that Vada claimed that she came into this and created a channel because Leticia and Molly were being set up. But now the story changes that Steve was being set up. Wait, huh? No, that can't.
And I was watching all these channels at the time. I was following.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
following
and I don't doubt that. I
I
don't
was
doubt it at all. I
watching
think Erica,
Steve
Aaron,
and conspiracy in them, and then one night they had done a live stream, and I majored in computer science, so I saw.
Oh no, EKC, she said it again. She majored in computer science.
Them
Here's more bullshit.
put some fish emails up on the screen. This is what made me contact Steve, and I was like,
It's interesting to me that the one person that is obsessed with these fished emails has always been Vada, but she claims she has nothing to do with all the fished emails, but she's the only one that's been obsessed with them. And supposedly now the story goes that she came into this because Steve was being set up with spoofed, fished emails. Why does the story always change? Vada, why you gotta always change the story? I can't even keep up with your lies at this point.
they're trying to frame this guy.
Oh,
yeah, I remember that.
Said, Steve, can you show me proof of these emails and everything, and let me see if they're fished? And I was able to see that. I was able to absolutely show him through the email that they were fished emails, but they were trying to frame Steve as emailing somebody back and forth that he wasn't emailing.
Oh. Huh. That's interesting. The emails always circulate around when Vada's acting up and playing games and trying to get her name out there. And they only target certain individuals that she assumes I align with. My children are the only ones that have been threatened to be put on the dark web. There's only a few people that hate me to the degree that that group does. As you can see with your own two eyes, they obsess over nonsense. But Steve was the one trying to be set up. Okay, there. We're just
well. That it's funny. One of the emails that I got, I had like 60 emails I got, and I didn't show them for a while. I finally put them out, but the email like came from a Czechoslovakian type account, and it was it was an email remailer or whatever they call them, where you can just do anonymous mailings. But I never thought about that, because when you click on the link, it doesn't really go anywhere. You have to actually put the whole thing in, and then when you go there, it actually goes to an automatic. What do they call it?
For my computer science wizards in the chat right now, pay attention to what she's going to say.
It takes you to
yeah, that takes you to an anonymous remailer, and I didn't even think about that. So it's very clear that they were not using my actual account.
And that's sad that they have to manufacture. This is what's killing me, is everybody's like, this frame stuff's crazy. But y'all wouldn't believe the extent that they go to manufacture scenarios to frame somebody with, so that it'll ruin their credibility. And there's actually
that's why I had to triple check everything you told me. I mean, I literally checked everything for myself, and you're right. I mean, you're just absolutely right.
Hey, Angie.
The first thing that gave it away is I said, Steve, I want you to email me, and then I want you to email me those emails separately. And
Steve, email me, and then I want you to email me those emails. This is for my computer geniuses in here.
if his profile picture showed up, then that's him. If it didn't, it wasn't him. So
if his profile picture showed up, that was him. If it didn't, it wasn't him. So like you forwarded the emails?
emailed me a regular email, then he emailed me he forwarded the other emails to me. And when he did, there was no profile picture, and I was like, they're
I forwarded everything.
No, he didn't have on the forward, and it didn't have his profile pic. Oh my God, no way. And that's how you knew that he was set up?
Yeah. And like I said, I'm happy when people ask me, hey, you want evidence? Here, take it, run with it, see what you can find. And you found something.
Yeah, Steve, I'm asking you for evidence of all your claims. Mr. Philosopher that doesn't make bold accusations without proof. I'm asking you to lay out the proof for once and for all, or shut the fuck up finally.
That we didn't catch. Even with the non-sequitur lawsuit, there was people that caught things I didn't.
And anytime he can talk about that, dude, nobody cares. Oh, I should have went over that channel. I've never even been over there ever. Like, as you guys saw, I just don't care. But this guy cracks me up because he claims that he's like this philosopher and this genius, and he's like, above the drama. Dude, that's all you do is drama. You're a 50-year-old dude that hangs out and does drama. Okay, just own it. It's who you are. No big deal, right? Accept who you are and fall into that role. You're just a bitch like the rest of us, okay?
And catch it. Blew the case wide open.
Well-
So it does help when people get extra eyes on things.
Well, nonsense is saying I've inserted myself in this Marvon McCrae story that I had nothing to do with it. I just inserted myself. I was here before you were, honey.
Yeah.
Now she claims that she was here before I was. So that would put her in the window if she was around before July. So she didn't come into this to try and prove that Leticia was set up and framed. Now the story goes that she was trying to prove that Steve was set up and framed. So what is it? Why are the stories always changing? And why is your timeline so all over the place? So who were you, Vada? What alt were you hanging on? What were you up to? Because I don't know why it's that hard to be honest. You're being extremely dishonest. Why is that?
Yeah.
I just
You
didn't start my
were
channel.
around. You were around before then, but you were basically looking into the fact that there were people sending fraudulent things, trying to get people to believe that fake emails were being sent from certain people. And this, I think, again, if you remember, Katie Joy had said that I had supposedly sent, this Nat person death threats, and yet there was
Notice the mention of the name.
absolutely no evidence for that. She said that, she verified my Instagram account, that it was for me. What she verified is that I had an Instagram account, which I do, but there was never a single message between her and Nat. Matter of fact, the Instagram she identified had 0 DMs. I have never, ever once sent a DM to anybody from that account. If anybody has one, show it. The other account that I use, which is the Crystal Ball account that I had all the following, that has DMs, but the other one never used for a DM. So
And that's
the
true.
person who didn't know that, though.
The live that I questioned you about was them trying to prove that you had contact with Natalie and that you were sending death threats. And I was like,
Why is she calling her that? And why do I have emails who are either somebody supposedly the one across the pond, or it's a fake of somebody acting like the one across the pond? I have 1,000,001 emails of all of this interaction. But why is that person claiming that they've known Vada for 2 years? I haven't put out all of the emails that have supposedly came from her, but she's pretty hell-bent on the fact that she's known Vada, vacuum sucker. I don't even know what you want to call her at this point in time. Make it make sense. And now she's claiming that that's why she got involved in all of this, because Steve in these emails. Things starting to connect for anybody else here?
they're just trying to show emails to prove that he did this. And I was like, these are fished emails. They're framing him. And they were framing
I've
him.
never in my life.
Framing, set up, boom. Yeah, you're gonna have to find a story and stick to it, because there's too many holes. When I talk about poking holes in your stories, this is what I'm talking about. You can't even tell your own origin story the same way twice.
I swear to God, this is my witness. I've had any communications with that Nat person. Not a single solitary one. Every message I've ever gotten with one of her accounts has no return to her.
And that's a
Not
fact.
one. The only person I knew
Not
that
one
returned to her
return
was, I knew Aaron did. Yeah, I knew Aaron replied to her, but I have never replied to her, nor have I spoken to her in text.
Not only has Aaron replied to her, but I think I remember seeing a screenshot that somebody caught EKC showing her emails, and she had a whole folder titled with that name on it. And some of the fake emails, I don't know who they're from, which one of this crew they are from, or if they're a part of the Across the Pond, but they claim they've been in communication with that one. In fact, I think they sent me about 13 to 20 screenshots of the communication between them and that person. But hey, what do I know?
Text and phone, nothing, nada. And so when Katie Joy said that she verified that I had sent her a death threat,
Well,
that was an outright, conclusive, demonstrable lie. And that's what you were getting involved with.
oh, Steve, let's talk about demonstrable lies. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Well, I want to
I think I want to say something here.
if anybody, because I know a lot of you are from Molly's community, I want to let y'all know who this is. This is Steve McCrae. And for the past, I guess, 5 years, he was doing very, very good with his YouTube channel. And then he got framed by Katie Joy. And
100%.
for a lie about sexual harassment. She lied and claimed he sexually harassed her. I've seen the evidence. There's not one thing in there about that. Not one thing ever. She lied
Nothing.
just to frame him.
Absolutely nothing.
And
I mean, straight up, she fabricated it from start to finish. And that has been demonstrated. I mean, there's nobody that I think even believes that any longer. It's been so vetted.
Oh, really? Roll that beautiful bean footage there. Let's talk about lies that are really problematic, Steve. Let's do that for a moment. This starts off, this is my short for those of you that didn't see it posted the other night. Let's play Jeopardy. Things that never happened for 1,000, Alex. Some people don't understand no means no.
Still a human being to know that that creep
This is from Vada's live.
fuck behind the scenes using all
And right here, she's talking about Steve again.
these women is walking her.
Why is it this creepy fuck is using those women? Why can't we be using?
So this is actually, again, this is my short that I posted that I just put in this video, but it's me being reacted to by EKC. So EKC is reacting to me, and Vada and Megan are reacting to EKC reacting to me. Yeah, the whole circle jerk of lies. Beyond me.
Using him? Huh?
Yeah.
Why is it that we're just the weak, incapable, feeble, like people here who can't possibly see through this dominant authoritarian figures?
Oh, I didn't say he was dominant or authoritarian. I think he's a little bitch, but hey.
Exploitation of us. We're just not smart enough.
No.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Right.
I don't know what it is about Steve that she hates. Did y'all remember she was accusing him of hitting on her and being creepy with her?
Yo, Steve. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. Steve, I suggest you come get your mouthpieces and tell them to shut the fuck up, because you know as well as I do, me and you have never even had a conversation, let alone have I ever said you sexually harassed me, hit on me, or a single thing. So again, your little mouthpieces are just running their mouths. Oh, and the theory was, after I posted this, I didn't say he said, you said he sexually, or he said you had claimed he sexually harassed you. Oh, you didn't have to. He did, but I'll show you that.
He's never done that. He's never done that. And her proof was one message where he said hi to her. That was pretty much 8 months prior to the moment she was accusing him of not leaving her alone. So she was full of shit. Totally, just like
always.
Yeah, things that didn't happen. This is the only contact I've showed you guys that Steve and I ever had. I've never said he hit on me. Never once. Never said that he sexually harassed me. That didn't happen either. These are the posts on Facebook that I made that included Steve, all of it. But just wait, it gets better. I didn't know that that was a narrative that was being pushed either. And what happened was I refused to talk to Steve. I rejected communication with Steve. And the reason for it, this is September 23rd, the date of his very first video that he did lying on me on his page was September 23rd. What happened, the only thing that happened in the time frame of my video where I was trying to like piece together all of this stuff that was going on, Mackenzie had came on panel, the day that Katie Joy came on panel, what I realized was they had one track, and that was to blame Katie for everything. Once I realized who he was, what he was associated with, and his intent, there was no need to have a discussion with him. So there was nothing that I needed to talk to him about or hear, because all I cared about was what was going on with Molly, Leticia, the Marvon situation. Had nothing to do with Katie or Steve. Well, Katie was a factor in it, but I didn't care about Steve's past with Katie, and I didn't want to hear any of it. So I declined to talk to him, and he has held on to that for over a year. But you don't have to take my word for it. This is courtesy of Tiger Talks. This is actually Tiger Talks comment section on one of the videos that Tiger Talks had done. This is still on their channel currently right now. I just went and screen recorded it for you guys because people are like, I've never seen Steve say that you claimed he sexually harassed. Here you go. Here you go. This isn't something that he's in comment sections talking about me. Meanwhile, he doesn't talk about me. Why is he being mentioned? Why do I call him a creep? Why wouldn't I want to communicate with him? Well, let's fucking figure it out, Steve. For the philosopher you are, you lack common sense. I mean, hey. But there you go. Do you really think I sexually harassed her? Come on now. That's ludicrous. How would I have ever said that, Steve? I refuse to talk to you and communicate with you. So where would you have hit on me? And where would this have happened exactly? This is why I'm saying pull up a seat. Come explain yourself, because you got your mouthpieces over here running your stupid narratives that you even started. Absolutely disgusting. You think Kyle would know if I thought a man was sexually harassing or hitting on me? When I said this to Kyle the other night, he's like, who the fuck is that? And I showed him the picture from Scary Movie, and he goes, oh, that dude. And I was like, yeah, that's the guy. But Tiger Talks went through my videos. You can read it yourself. You can pause to read if you would like to. I did slow it down a little bit so you can get full context. They actually went through and vetted what had I said about Steve, and it was pretty disappointing. She said that in 443 videos over 9 months, I mentioned Steve 3 times. Ouch. Ouch. Yikes. This is kind of embarrassing. Oh, who wants attention? Who is it? Down the rabbit hole at bedtime. Can you vet that they're from her? Because I guarantee they're not from her. If you think that you have it pieced out and you know for a fact they are, I really genuinely have nothing against you at all. I've seen a little bit of your comment, Terry, on other things. I think you're caught up in your confusion, and I think they're leading you down a path. I too was confused on that kind of stuff, but I think you should probably sit back and watch a little bit more and realize that you can't verify that they're from her, nor do you have a way of, just because they're saying, oh yeah, we checked her IP. Like,
Well,
I hate to say it, but I really don't believe you, because I've seen this stuff play out, and I've been accused of working with or for people that I've never even talked to. So yeah, just protect your ass. That's all I got to say, because you'll be up on their chopping block next.
he actually went to his Twitter and printed me off the actual real life backlog of messages between them. That way he could show me none was taken out, none was deleted. You can't. It goes onto a spreadsheet, and nothing was removed. Nothing. There was nothing there.
I will, even if you even wanted, I will perfectly allow you to download my Twitter data if you want. The only thing I don't like about that is that
I have it.
you know, it's anonymous, but I wouldn't care less. I did nothing in that, especially was deleted. It was exactly as written. Matter of fact, she never denied it. She never said anything about it.
Everybody be decent in the comment section, or I will time people out.
It was clear that there was nothing in my communications with her that were ever inappropriate, but she had to fabricate something because she was trying to help Kyle get.
Kind of like you just fabricating the fact that I said you sexually harassed me. I mean, that's pretty bold freaking fabrications there, Steve, Mr. Philosopher.
Away with stealing $60,000, and I will stand by that. And then she lied about that and said I accused her of stealing $60,000. That was never a claim. I put my blood fell.
He sued this guy that was trying to steal this money, and Steve won. So that tells you even a court proved Steve right.
I won a $115,000 judgment and my channel back.
Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a shit about your shit from 5 years ago. Drop it. That has nothing to do with any of us.
Which to me was vindication. And he went to jail for, he stayed in jail for contempt of court. He was in criminal contempt of court for 10 days for lying to the court.
Steve, will you put your link to your channel in the comments so that we've got 100 people in here? That way they'll go subscribe.
Can you make me a mod?
This is a total lie. And this is what's also sad. After that 6-hour exposure, you know who they turned to?
Oh my God, 6 hours too. I saw Aaron's thing on that. 6 freaking hours in this nonsense psychopath.
Oh yeah.
So he calls me a psychopath. Meanwhile, in 443 videos on my channel, Steve was mentioned 3 times, and Steve has video after video after video after video of me. Meanwhile, he's also claimed that I said he sexually harassed me, which never happened. Steve reached out to me. I said, no, I didn't want to engage with him because I don't give a fuck about his hatred for Katie, who I'm not associated with. And this has been the narrative for over a year now. So you can go get fucked, Steve McCrae.
Yeah. And well,
just a reminder.
And somebody's asking about.
Oh no. Oh no. I did not go and clip one of my favorites. I sure as hell did. Remember, this is the man that has nothing to do with this situation, has never talked about me, doesn't understand why I don't like this man. Doesn't understand it. This is the wonderful Lisa from Crimes and Fashion. Her link is in the description below.
Why not just get thrown in with Uni? That's the weird.
Oh, wait. Somebody asked in the comments, why does nonsense keep getting thrown in with Uni? This is maybe about the most honest I've ever heard, Steve.
Thing. I don't know what kind of relationship they have. It's kind of like one of those frenemy things.
Frenemy things. How can you be frenemies with somebody you've never even talked to? Not in a Discord with him. I was in his Discord for like a fucking week, I think, maybe. Didn't engage in there. Couldn't even figure it out. And then you tried to show me how to do a voice chat. There was 2 other people in there one time. I actually reactivated it to try and go on panel with Uni one time. I didn't know who Uni was at all either. But the assumption, because I was talking about this story, has always been that I was part of the Uni fam or close to Uni. How can you be close to somebody that you've never even engaged with or shared content with? I would talk to Navy and Cherie, never Uni.
I don't think they're like buddy or ever have been, but nonsense was used.
Never have been.
Using his content for quite some.
Nonsense was using Uni's content. You are such a freaking fool. Let's go back.
The weird thing. I don't know what kind of relationship they have. It's kind of like one of those frenemy things. I don't think they're like buddy or ever have been, but Nonsense was using his content for quite some time. And
Nonsense never used Uni's content. Quite the contrary, actually. Uni used my content way more than I even realized. Uni mirrored me. Uni used my content. That's what happened in this situation. That's why Uni had content for a fucking year, because he mirrored everything I did. But
and basically still does. I mean, she's going back to like 2019 to talk about things that Uni Rocket talked about in 4 years
Katie
ago.
Joy, you're talking.
no, I was trying to lay out the facts that Uni has flip-flopped depending on whichever way the wind would blow. He is not credible. He's done the flip-flopping thing along with a bunch of you. You and him were actually friends years ago. That's the funny thing of this whole irony, is you all came from the same little crew. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I was just trying to give a history lesson that really bent a lot of people out of shape.
Yeah, Katie Joy, and for some reason, Nonsense is mentioning my name a few times, and they're.
I wonder fucking why, Steve. I wonder why you've been mentioned. Oh, let's see. How many freaking channels have you gone on to talk about me? Oh, you must be like Vada. You were forced to bring me up, right?
Nonsense is running this narrative that I and Aaron had to do with this person named Nat, who came on the scene during the Toddy Westbrook.
Yeah. Give us some background on that.
Okay, so
and
that's
it's Nat pleasure. Like I'm a fan of Nonsense.
I love me some Lisa with Crimes and Fashion.
Well,
she ain't got nothing to do with this either. This is all, I just clipped a little section of her to prove again what a ridiculous liar Steve is.
And I'm not, and I'll explain to you why here in a minute.
And I don't.
Okay, so no bad.
I mean, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because I know nothing about any of this stuff.
That's his intent, is he doesn't want anybody that realizes what a fool he is and how he is actually up there to spread his hate of Katie and Uni, and just lumps me in with all of it.
Unfortunately,
let's keep it general.
Yeah, I'll keep it general. So okay, that's fair. During the Toddy Westbrook suit, Toddy Westbrook had sued Katie Joy Paulson. This was right after Katie Joy Paulson tried to help my partner steal $60,000.
Oh my God. This man needs tissues.
What I mean by that is she tried to falsely accuse me of sexual harassment, fraud, medical fraud, and all these other things.
The irony.
Uni Rock's response to my live with Molly, the 5-hour.
We don't care about any of that, but I was just making a point that they have tried to do this. And even Steve admits that he doesn't think that I've ever had. No, because I haven't. They've never been able to prove any of their freaking theories whatsoever because they're not fact. I didn't have a relationship with them. This we, they, them. No, Nonsense does what Nonsense does for Nonsense. Not a single person has reached out to any of you on my behalf. Not a single person has communicated with any of you on my behalf. And if they have, expose it, because they didn't do it for Nonsense.
For one was to go after Steve. He didn't have any legit.
I don't have anything with him.
I wanted them to debunk what I said as a lie. I want them to prove that I was lying. They didn't prove jack shit. All they did was deflect onto Steve and try to say he did some crap that didn't happen. That's sad when you have to do that.
Yeah,
honey, you've been debunked by your own fucking stories. Nobody needed to put energy into debunking you or proving you to be incorrect. You do it yourself. Just let you talk. Just the whole deep faked audio that you've been trying to spin. All of you guys have been trying to spin that since August. Jesse, Tia, Goose, they all tried doing that. Meanwhile, my video, the original video that has full context of what was said, is still up on my channel. But it doesn't fit your narrative. So you just kind of, oh, we're going to ignore that. Yeah.
He's a paid disinformation agent. He works with Katie. They do pay him to lie for her. Can you make me a mod and I'll put a link in for my 2 channels?
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how do you make someone a mod through StreamYard? What did I just do? Oops.
Oh, you have to go to the actual when you go to the chat and you click those 3 dots and it'll say add as moderator.
It says put user in timeout or block user. It doesn't give me that choice.
It's actually on the YouTube video. In the live chat on the YouTube video.
Oh, okay. I'll go to it.
Yeah.
Thank God you told me the shorter way to do that. Now I can make there was somebody else that wanted to be a mod too. Yeah, block
Yeah.
anybody that
And
comes.
and I love the invectives people have. You know, people that don't even know me for some reason throw all this BS out rather than just go, oh, let's look at the facts. You know.
Oh yeah, kind of like you've done to me for over a year now.
I have all the facts. Veda has the facts. Aaron has the facts. Tina.
You have all the facts, lay them out, Steve. You talk a lot, but nothing ever comes of it. You run your freaking mouth nonstop. I have the proof. I have the facts. Where the fuck are they, Steve? You've claimed that I worked with Katie Joy, that I'm 100% associated with Katie Joy. None of it's true. I worked with Uni. I'm doing things on behalf of this person, that person. Show it, Steve, because you can't.
Has the facts. Anybody who wants facts has always been able to come to us and say, hey, can I get the facts on this? And I can guarantee there's people in the audience that have done that. And they go, yeah, Steve gave me the facts.
Nobody gives a shit about your lawsuit with Katie, really, or your hate with Katie. I hate to say it, but you're a little over the top obsessed. It's a little eerie.
Chronicles of the Shady wants to know, did you help Veda with the list? Oh, I did a video about
the list.
What's the list?
Yeah.
And by the way,
listen to him. What's the list? What's the list?
I don't have anything to do with her research. She comes to me and asks me questions, but what's
He doesn't have anything to do with that as a research.
the list? Refresh my memory.
You don't remember the list she put
there
out?
was a list.
Go Boston, go.
How many people were on the list?
He probably
Was it-
wasn't around during that.
13
In
and a
my
half.
mind, it's kind of reminiscent of Lettergate. How many people were on it?
Is it like a bunch of names?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's acting like he doesn't have a clue what they're talking about. Meanwhile, he had been on panel with Veda discussing it and in chats discussing this.
Creators.
yeah, creators. I don't remember what it's for though. Refresh my memory.
Just like a hit list. Like,
oh,
Supposedly, it was the people that Vada claimed were mass flagging Molly Golightly, and the reason why Molly Golightly's channel got taken down. That was never a fact either.
Listen, you were on
that's a little much, man.
no, not like a hit, not on a hit list. Like these guys are on my list.
when you were on Vedas.
Okay, I got it.
Listen to Boston calling him out.
Vedas, you were
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah. I remember that. Don't call me out. I remember that now. Yeah.
We were
Well,
talking about that.
remember you were talking about the cancellation of Molly.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I remember.
Oh shit. Now he remembers. Shocker. He thought nobody was going to call him out on his bullshit. Good job, Boston.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But Steve doesn't lie. He's not involved in any of this stuff. Veda does her own research. He has nothing to do with it.
It's like they're independent person. Veda does all her own stuff. Literally, I only talked to her maybe once, maybe a week or two now. I mean, it's not even that much, but she.
Does anybody buy that? If you think that they only talk very rarely, put a 1 in the chat. If you think they talk quite often, put a 2 in the chat.
She does all her own research. She asked me questions originally. She's like, "Hey, Steve, can you tell me about this, and this?" I'm like, "Sure," but she's her own content creator. We don't associate other than
It's the
that.
people that
Plausible deniability.
they've been accusing of mass reporting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do research because her research is horrible.
Yeah, and here's the thing with mass reporting. I don't think it has a major effect on YouTube, but it used to. I know they've tried to change that.
Oh, so you mean that your cohort's theories that Molly was mass reported? Meanwhile, some of us that she included on the list were not even a part of the Twitter crap, X, whatever you want to call it, nor did we repost or comment. I think I shared I was so proud of myself the other day. I was like, I think I reposted a tweet. I don't even still know if I actually did it right or not, but you're saying that might not be the case of what Vada's been claiming for all these months. Oh shit.
But I'm not.
Don't tell her that.
Yeah, no. There's a lot. There's some things I don't agree with Veda. I mean, that's just straight up. I mean, she's always been cool to me.
Yeah, like pooping on graves. I get it. Yeah.
Oh wait, that was in the list too, right? That was part of Veda's list of receipts that she wanted to do in her receipts battle, was to prove that me nicknaming her the grave shitter wasn't what she did. This next clip coming up is courtesy of LG.
Well,
oh my God, she did that.
Like I said,
That was
oh,
her.
that's Veda.
Were you taking a shit on someone's grave? I mean, I have to know that much.
So I'm out in the middle of nowhere, okay? And there's 2 gas
Okay,
stations
all right.
in this whole place.
So you
Both
weren't
are
like
out of order.
You weren't trying to be spiteful and just actually shit on someone's grave.
No, there was just nowhere to go to the bathroom, and all I had was Burger King napkins. So I said, I don't want to pull into this person's yard. So I finally pulled into the
I
grave.
pull onto this person's grave.
There's a
Yeah.
cop on the hill watching me take a dump.
I can see Veda with with her location on and grave finder. You know, there's like grave find a grave.
Yeah, I'll
I mean, she is so bent about being called the grave shitter, but that was a joke that I made based on her own statements. And honey, if that bothers you that bad, I don't know what to tell you.
I'll Two Top Tammy. I love that, by the way. All I care about.
Poor Lisa. Look at Lisa the entire time over there. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
When it came to me, and I'm sorry, this sounds like a rude, but all I care about was her research that she did when it came to Katie Joy, that it was accurate. That's
all he cared about was Veda's research with Katie Joy. That's all Steve cared about. Oh, wait, because Steve is obsessed with Katie Joy because of their past problems, and he cannot let it go. He admits it himself. But that's why all of the spins and the lies and all the bullshit, he is trying, in my opinion, to get her taken down at all costs. Meanwhile, looking like a complete and utter fool, in my opinion.
It's all personally I care about. And I've told her that. Everything she's ever done about everything else is her own business. Go to her, and if she's got stuff wrong, go with God.
But if she's got stuff wrong, go with God. What's that mean? Anytime that anybody tries to correct her, you just spin some more bullshit too. You guys can't handle being corrected on misinformation.
And this is how we all operate. I mean, this is how I am, and this is how Aaron is. We've all got our little niche that we care about. If Aaron thinks that I messed up on something, she'll come to me and ask me about it, vice versa. But we don't ever tell each other what we can talk about or anything like that. It's just we're all independent.
Isn't it ironic that he claims they're all independent and should be treated as such? Meanwhile, there's actually groups of all of them together. They do everything together. They panel together. But yet I've been accused of that. And I had Katie Joy on my panel one time. I've been in very little conversation with her for a couple months over a year ago. But I am associated with anybody that they can't control the narrative of. They've ran this, but he wants to be treated independently. Meanwhile, they don't give that respect to anybody else. Go figure.
But people seem to lump us together because we have some common enemies. Mm-hmm. That's it. And by the way.
Yeah, common enemies. I wonder why people don't like you, Steve.
Okay, I just added you as a moderator. Emma Jules is a mod, and there was someone else that wanted to be a mod for me. Let me find her.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's the lawsuit there. That's fine too.
Where are you? There was a lady that was me earlier. I don't have any moderators.
I still got a cough, so I apologize.
Where is she?
He coughs very little. Oh, I gotta.
So this is this is my personal channel. People want to. I got stuff on Katie there.
Person.
I'll give you the non-sex show, which I do pretty much every Friday or Thursday now.
Are you asking me to add you as a mod, D-Dame? Danny, there she is. I don't have any mods, guys. Here you go. I made Danny one, and I wanted to see if N-Dame wanted to be one. She said that you can add me. I don't know if she knew.
That's really interesting that she would name that name and ask if she wanted to be a mod. That was one of the friends of Marvon and Dre's who was releasing text messages and information. If you remember going back to who was on Molly's panel and was supposedly the therapist that released the text messages from 2019. She was actually in communication with Katie and Molly to begin with. Shocking how it all comes full circle.
Is it stream or there's somebody else that's supposed to be coming up here about nonsense?
Yeah, real quick.
Somebody else was supposed to be taking panel about me.
I'm getting ready for work. I got a few minutes, but the funny thing with this nonsense person is that one day she had actually said, "Hey, Steve, get a hold of me. I want to know some things. Get a hold of me." And the very next day I did, and literally the very next day she's like, "Oh well, I heard this and this. I don't want to talk to you." I'm like, "Okay, you're dishonest." I'm like, "How would?"
I'm dishonest because I opted to not have a conversation with him.
Somebody say, "Look, I want to have a conversation with you. I want to know the truth." And then in 24 hours, you send that when the person who they didn't think would respond did respond because somebody had messaged me and said, "Hey, nonsense says you can contact her." Okay, I did.
Yeah, and I can't even believe this shit. Again, originally when I declined to have a conversation with him, it was in September. September. And the only reason I wanted nothing to do with it because I was sick and fucking tired of hearing about Katie Joy and their hatred of Katie Joy. Didn't care. Had nothing to do with where we were currently in the story or anything. Didn't want to hear about any more of the bullshit. So I declined to have a conversation with him. This video that we're watching the clips from is from February. And again, just because he seems to not be able to process what happened.
But I will have some words for a few people.
Oh, no. We didn't just go back to Steve's first initial video about me the same day that I declined to have a conversation with him. I didn't even realize that I chapped his ass to this point that he had to go do a video on me the same day because I declined to have a conversation with him. At the end of this video, I didn't leave it in here, but there's another, I think she's a creator that came up. Her name was Suzanne or something. And she actually had a few things right. So she had kind of stated in the live stream, you can go watch it for yourself, that she thought possibly Erica and Miss Cartman Crane were working together. No, they were the same person. They were 100% the same person. And that's why we were trying to warn you all about Erica, but somehow it all got twisted around on the rest of us. And there was a whole lot of assumptions and bullshit mentioned in this live, but I only clipped out a little bit of it.
Apparently, there's been a lot of let's say shenanigans on the internet with my name being bantered about for whatever reason. Things I have absolutely no freaking idea, nor do I care about, nor have I been involved with. It's
I'm gonna let this play for a few minutes. I gotta run and let the dog out right quick.
weird because when you hear your name in relationship to something, and you're like, what the hell is this person talking about? And you have to ask 6 or 7 people, can you fill me in? Because people know I don't watch any of this shit. I don't watch anybody's stuff relating to me. I don't care. But the other day, somebody who I do trust said, hey, Steve, you do have to watch this video. I'm like, okay, fine.
How many of you believe that he doesn't watch all this stuff? So he says in September that he didn't watch any of this stuff. And again, he says this all the time, that he doesn't watch any of this stuff. He had nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, we just saw him on other panels talking about this stuff too, and talking about me. Okay, Steve.
Fine. I watched the video and I'm like, what the hell are these people talking about? Okay, so let's put it out this. Nonsense in one of her streams, and I don't know anything about this person. Nothing. All I know is she seems to be somehow related to Katie Joy. But she said to come chat with her. Okay, you want to chat? Let's chat. Now she doesn't want to, which is fine. Nobody's obligated to chat with anybody. But I have a few things to say based upon some of the stream that I heard. I hope that air conditioning isn't too loud, but it is hot in here. So anyways, this content creator, Erica, got a hold of me and like, I don't know, a dozen other people. And by the way, fact check me as I go, people. A lot of you are involved in this. So if I get anything wrong in my live chat, please let me know as I go, because again, I don't pay attention to much of this. I had nothing to do with the Leticia stuff, nothing to do with Marvin McCrae, other than the fact that I'm a veteran and I feel for this family. I feel for the guy. I really do. It's a messed up situation, but I'm not involved with it. I've never talked to Molly Golightly. I've talked to Justin. I've seen her in a live chat once or twice, but I've never had a conversation with her. I'm not involved with it in any stretch of the imagination. But Erica was talking about having the supposedly restraining order against Katie Joy. Okay. I get this other message. And by the way, Erica has sent me a lot of stuff. Don't know her from Hill of Beans. I've talked to her literally once, and that was just today on a hangout. Once. And that was literally just before I went on air here, not too long ago. So I've never had any, what do they call it? What do they say? Relationship, I guess, working relationship, anything with this woman. Nothing, except that I've talked to her on DMs like I do 1,000 other freaking people. Right. And she's giving me this stuff about the RO. And I'm like, okay, I believe you on this, because here's the thing. I was asked by another content creator.
Oh, wait, did I just say all this was why I was warning them about Erica? And when Mackenzie, I don't remember that was so much weird shit that was going on with all of that. There was mention of some bug and all sorts of weird stuff that made no sense. That's why we never discussed it any further. But this guy just seems to not be able to get it through his thick skull or process facts, even though he's this, educated philosopher of sorts over here that has some peer-reviewed paper. I don't even fucking know, to be honest. He said a whole lot in this one, and I was like, wait, what? What? I learned so much about him, but most of what I learned is he's really thin-skinned. Thin-skinned. Hold on. We're walking down the stairs with my hand full, so give me 1 second.
By the name Mackenzie, and I was on Nonsense channel. Didn't know this. Didn't put two and two together on all this.
Oh, those pesky screenshots again.
She released all my stuff. So not all my stuff. She released some conversations with Erica, and I contacted Erica and I talked to her. First time I've ever had a conversation with her face to face. I don't want to know how the screenshots got out there. I do believe that Erica probably gave them to Mackenzie to talk to me. Like I have anything to do with anything, but I mean, anybody can go verify these things. It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to go into the
And the whole point of all of that was to warn them that Erica was passing off misinformation and was a complete mess and has a history of fabricating information and saying a lot of stuff. And so they were trying to run with Erica's narratives, and they were just not holding any water, like Swiss cheese. Erica has been a problem for years, and that's why the intent when Mackenzie came to me and was like, Erica, all this crap, I can't even tell you exactly. That was so confusing, but anyways, they can't process facts.
The court records there. I mean, if anybody knows anything more about that, it would be probably Aaron. But anyways, I'm not sure. You know, I'm just kind of curious. And so I found the filing number. But here's the thing. She had been telling people I verified there's an active RO or something like that. That's not what I said. No, that's not what I said at all. No, I get this.
Again, these are screenshots between him and other people. He was verifying that she had an RO. Now he says that it was just the RO number because other creators in the anti-community or parallel to the anti-community were asking him and saying, this is not true. Like, we can't vet this information, because they were putting so much weight into Erica. You know, she was the previous Vada. So anyways, most of you are way aware of how this all went. Messy. All of it.
I get this. People started messaging me. Nonsense. All of a sudden said that that I verified there was an active RO. No, that's not what I said.
That's kind of exactly what you said, dumbass.
In fact, if you actually go read the tweets, like I said publicly, this is why things need to be in context.
Yeah, Steve. Speaking of things that need to be in context, how about you start with your lies from this one going forward? Oh, wait, you can't do that. This was that Mackenzie's.
She says, I've been notified that someone I messaged privately about an HRO filing against KDJs and a group of us liars. I was calling a group of us liars. Along with legal authorities, some of us investigating and confirmed is not linked to KDJ. McCrae covering this in depth tonight. And here's my statement. She said she believed Erica. She says, I believe there's an HRO. This is what she told me. I'm not going to release her DMs because I don't know the full story of all this. I've admonished her not to release my DMs. I said I never gave her permission to. But this is what happened. She had told me that she believed there's an HRO, and she puts all this out. She puts out screenshots of her messages, which, by the way, almost always is an insta block. You ever put out messages of mine, I will insta block you, because if I have that consideration for other people, I only ask for to return. There's something to hide, and I will offer this because this is a message to nonsense. If you want to look at all my conversations with Erica, she's giving me permission to do so.
No, thank you. I had no interest in any of that. I was just trying to get a memo out to all of you idiots that were running with her false information that she was a problem and had a history of being a problem. That's why people came up that knew her and explained their history with Erica previous to all of this kicking off. That's why that happened. But your cohort over there likes to also say that I went real life and brought people up. These people had been affected by Erica for months and months. And funny how it changed around that she now has a playlist of Erica being a liar. Shocker how that's all panned out, that every single person that's had interaction with Erica has shown that Erica's a liar after she turns on them. Weird.
If you want to know this really bizarre narrative you have, or you think that you're running to people that Erica and I have in charge of this Toro group that does not exist, we will show you every message between us. That's our offer to you. It's up to you if you want to take it up. Because all Erica ever did was talk to me about this RO stuff and list a bunch of people's names that I don't even know from Health Beans. I've never looked at any of them. I never looked at any of the numbers. Never looked at the Facebook. I couldn't care less.
Okay, you couldn't care less, then why are you still taking panels talking about me?
No offense to Erica. But I told her this. She knows this. I just don't know what the fuck she's talking about most of the time.
No shit. That's exactly the point.
But she's been nice to me. Cordial, that's all I asked for.
And you were hoping and putting all your eggs in the basket that Erica was going to be your little get in to take Katie down, right?
And she answered questions. Okay, what else could I ask from somebody, right? And she...
The truth. An actual receipt, Steve. That's what you should have asked for. Kind of like what I'm asking you for.
Told me, about the filing number, and I verified that. That's it. That's absolutely it. So again, holding influencers accountable, when you start releasing screenshots, why would anybody want to send you anything ever? Because now you're not trustworthy. You've just shown the entire internet nobody should ever hold. You need to be held accountable. Who are you to show people screenshots and then say you're holding influencers accountable when you do something so duplicitous without permission? That makes no sense to me because, again, who trusts you? Especially when you're trying to relate maybe to some cicada stuff. Come on. Really? But yeah, here's the thing. I don't release DMs. What does that tell you? Okay, so she goes through all this stuff, right? More and more. There was a payment waiver, it seemed.
The funny part about this video is he says he doesn't release DMs in that section, but then he actually goes on to list, and I clipped it out because I can't handle this dude like that. But he goes on to say he released them with Nate the lawyer and like lists all these people that he's released their DMs. And I'm like, okay, exactly. That's my theory too. You don't play stupid games in my inbox. I'm not going to release your freaking messages. But the soon as you try to play games with me and play all the stupid shit that most of them have done, I will release them. I have no qualms about that. None at all. I've also had to release certain things. Well, they're nothing interesting, but just to prove points. There's no reason to hide, Steve.
It looks like there was a payment waiver from Erica. Showed me that, which I did question. Why is there a waiver for a filing fee for Katie Joy? And I said, everything looks consistent what I would expect to find with an HRO, right? But then I also said very clearly to her, somewhere down at the bottom, just to clarify, I only verify there's a case number or of a file for an HRO in the Minnesota system. Anybody can do that. I can't verify it as active or even served with any confidence. I also said, when it does be, because they're talking about.
Notice that was way after the fact that he actually was verifying it and was getting called out by other creators is the only reason why he switched his story, because other creators in the anti-community, I don't know if they're called caters or antis, I don't know. I still don't know. They need a whole list, like a sign-up sheet of who's on which side or who's playing with what. The only ones that I know are these like crazy extremist group that for some reason are obsessed with me.
It does seem to be legit. It was filed without a crystal ball, is pro se. He filed and served to her as she was registered on the side of the court from a previous frivolous TROs. It is a case number. I have the original paperwork and the petition for the text petition in their name. However, I have no evidence of these 14 others that Molly Golightly was talking about. This is the part of the stream Molly Golightly. I have no idea what the hell she's talking about. Said exist. If she can DM me anything.
No, wait. Molly lied about Katie having 14 ROs on her? Get out of here. Oh, no. Shocking. That's got to be earth-shattering that Molly lied.
That she can on them, I would be appreciated. It is possible she confused a protected discovery order with an HRO request, but I don't know. Todd Chrisley has no HRO request, so it isn't his or his family.
No. Shocking. When he gets confronted, he gets so defensive. When he is called out, he is like the spin master flex over there with... He's just terrible. I can't even take this dude seriously. Honestly, it is... Wow.
I was very clear. That's all I could verify. So why is my name being brought up in this? I have nothing to do with any of these people. Again, I'm not involved in the Leticia thing. I'm not involved in this.
You weren't involved in the Leticia thing. However, you were in the comment section of every single person that was talking about this, involved in this, claiming that you had facts on this, claiming that you could show them the proof and the facts about me. In fact, you were emailing other creators about me, trying to get them to go at me, turn on me, that I was such a liar. Okay, Steve. Who's the liar now, Steve?
In the Dre or McCrae, I don't know these people.
No shit.
I've never heard of Erica until recently. There's no group. There's no group to be had. In fact, nonsense. If you want to see a specific person I've talked to, I can ask permission for that because we have this. Anybody who messages me knows I keep their DM safe. But there are people that say, "Yeah, go for it." There are some people that I wouldn't give a shit. They wouldn't give a shit if you saw something. What do
Nope. Not.
you want to know? I mean, I'm really at a loss here. So, I mean, if I'm willing to show you all my conversations with Erica, she's okay with that. Where is this bizarre narrative that I'm somehow now, because this just came up recently, that I'm forging documents with Erica? Really? This is why nobody would trust somebody like you. You just spew nonsense like Unirock, which is why people think that you're probably working with Unirock, because only Unirock is dumb enough to spew shit like that.
Oh, shit. No, Steve. You can't be just making yourself out to be a lying asshole like this, could you? Oh, yeah, you are.
He's just, whatever comes out of his mouth, he'll spew. Right? And you're doing the exact.
The sad thing is I can back up what I've said with proof of screenshots and what actually was happening at the time. and all my videos that show exactly what I said all along and have stood there. But carry on.
Exact same thing by spinning these wild narratives. But here's the thing. I have evidence. I keep evidence. I keep records. Very meticulous record. Well, they may be disorganized.
Well, shit. If they're so meticulous, you should be able to pull out all these receipts that you have that prove that I'm working with Katie. It's only been a year and how many months that you've ran with this narrative and shoved it down everybody's throat and had everybody believing it, and me getting attacked by the entire fucking internet that hates Katie Joy because you and your cronies ran around. In fact, your buddy Misty over there threatening me on Twitter these days, talking about a face-to-face. Misty, who the hell are you besides some weirdo in the comment section with now you're going to threaten me? Come on now. And you wonder why I've ignored you. You wonder why I won't have any communication with you. You wonder why I call you a creep. Shocking.
But I have the method of my madness, right? But I have the proof. Yeah. If you're going to say that I'm somehow in this group with Erica, which I'm not, I mean, there might be like one or two groups that hate.
I don't even have to show that you were associated with Erica because it's shown already. You were 100% running home with this whole Erica was going to be your get all to take Katie down because, you know, her Miss Cartman Crane page was going to take down Katie and expose Katie. And then she filed an RO. Meanwhile, you guys couldn't even get your brains together to realize that Miss Cartman Crane, Erica, were all one person. She's got a million alts that she's still probably in this comment section right fucking now too.
Katie that I might be in that I've never posted on that she might be in that I don't know about. But
wait, how many Facebook groups are there? But Steve's not in any groups.
Even then, I don't have any relationship to this woman other than her sending me the same shit she sent dozens of other people.
She did. She sent it to everybody. That's why we got the memo out to the entire internet that be careful with what you take from her as fact. And when I say we, I should say me and the turd in the back pocket.
So, I mean, I'm trying to like ask you guys now. What does this have to do with me? And why is it my name being brought up with this? Because I'm at a loss. First of all, I've been working all my ass off. I've been trying to get real life shit done. I barely have time to stream as it is. I'm not feeling well. I've been really worn down.
Oh my goodness. Again, does he need tissues or something? And he wonders why he gets called out. Come on.
People close to me know that I'm not great shape. Okay.
Nobody cares.
But anyways, can you guys fill me in what's going on then? Because again, I was asked to watch a video the other day because as you guys know, I do not watch their videos. I don't watch anybody's video about me. I don't watch. And I am writing a guidebook of how to survive being gang stalked because people know that I have been for like, 5 years now?
He claims he's been gang stalked. Did anybody else just catch that? This mofo just claimed that he's been gang stalked. By who? Does he ever show proof of anything he says? Kind of like swatting. I don't think he quite understands that a knock and talk and him shutting the door in the police officer's face would not be considered swatting. That's called a normal police interaction when they come to your door to make sure the situation's okay. A SWAT? You think that you're going to shut the door in their face? No, they're going to kick the fucking door in, Steve. This is why nobody can take you serious. And I wonder why your philosophy channel fails.
And one of the things that I'm telling people is don't watch people shit about you. It doesn't do any good. Right?
Yeah, I've always stood to that theory. And that's why I've never watched your guys' stuff. That unfortunately, unlike the stories that you guys have liked to kick up and say, you know, I've watched all of you, I follow you around. That's just not the case. You're welcome. You got some attention this last week.
Tina says she used to do her own, this is someone else's adage, but it holds true. But Tina says, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated, right?
Who is Tina? Anybody enlighten me on who the hell that is? That's a name that I've just heard recently in their videos since watching them. And I'm like, who the hell is that even?
Okay. And I believe that. You never see me ever going in anybody else's chat, right? You don't see me going to these content creators chats that I don't like because I don't watch their stuff, right? I go to people that I endorse. So,
oh wait, I might have pulled another clip of somebody that he went into a chat to talk about all of this stuff, but he doesn't do any of this. Whoops. I apologize in advance, Steve, for another embarrassing moment of you. Coming right up.
with this whole situation. If you just didn't want to
Oh, courtesy of Queen Bee.
talk about him and you felt like negative attention was good attention for him.
Honestly, because I was so mortified that he did again the same thing he's done to everybody else.
We're talking about Uni-Rock.
That he took something and sensationalized it in order to cause drama and hurt to somebody. By the way, I had no intention of coming on this panel, to be honest with you. I actually messaged Aaron and said, hey, would it be even worth going on Queen Bee's channel just to, talk to kind of get my side? Because, I don't care about Uni-Rock.
Your side to what? You weren't involved in Lettergate. You had nothing to do with Lettergate. What were you on the panel giving your side about? Oh, wait, no, you were just going on the panel to talk about Uni because you have past history with Uni and you're both a bunch of fools. Okay. Cool.
I don't care whether he drops off the earth or whatever, but it was like, hey, if there's going to be an audience that's going to listen to not allow Uni-Rock ever to do this again, I'm going to take that opportunity and go tell people, do not let Uni-Rock ever do this again to any community or to anyone. That's all I want out of this, period. I probably never talk to any of you guys again. No offense. I don't know any of you.
No offense taken.
Yeah.
No offense. I probably won't talk to any of you guys ever again. I'm just up here to tell you guys how much I hate Uni. Okay, cool, Steve. But you don't watch anybody. You don't follow any of this stuff, right? Okay, then. Alrighty. Perfection. Just wait, though. He might mention nonsense.
It's a very separate, world. This is not like the enemy of my friend. I know nonsense hates my guts, but that's okay. I don't know her. She can talk.
I don't have enough concern about you to hate you. And you guys are really fucking weird. I didn't even realize you were still doing the shit you've been doing up until the last 2 weeks. And now my mind is blown, but I still don't hate you. I have to care about somebody in order to get them on the level of hating somebody. You have to actually do something to me in real life, like know me for me to hate you. I dislike you. I think you're a lying creep. Other than that, that's about it, Steve.
Talk to me. I have nothing against her personally because I don't know her. I know Aaron hates her, but look, I'll talk to anybody who have never talked to before if they want an honest person to talk to. That's fine. But all I want to get out of this is do not believe Uni-Rock ever again on anything. He's an evil freaking person. Period.
I was just going to ask you if there's anything you wanted to say before you jumped off, and that's probably a good ending point right there.
Yeah,
just don't believe it. Don't believe it.
And thank you, Blue Apple Pie. She was in my chat last night, and she was very, very kind, very, very.
Blue Apple Pie. That's the account. She also went on panel to talk about me. Meanwhile, I have no clue who she is, where she associated with, except she was buying into the hype and the lies that they were telling. But she took panel to talk all shit about me too. Granted, I don't even fucking know this group, nor have I ever fucked with this group.
Friendly, and she had a lot to say about the issues too. So, but anyways, I'll leave you guys to your community. If you guys reach out to me in private, Tim or Queen Bee or anybody else, I'm not hard to get a hold of. I will send you anything you
have. I think.
Whoops.
Easy.
He doesn't do any of that though. Just a reminder. That's a figment of all of our imaginations. Those did not happen. We probably put Steve in a deep fake video and then just put that out there. Okay. That's probably their next theory. We're mind controlling Steve and making him look like a fool. We have control over Steve, and we are the ones that are responsible for Steve's lies, his misinformation, his constant spin of narratives, his spineless, cowardly actions. That's all our fault. It's all a figment of our imaginations. We didn't just see a bunch of clips of him doing the exact same thing he claims he doesn't do. Okay.
Says she was live and that bitch got herself out again. The nonsense kid came in and said, as soon as something yelled and slammed the door. Oh, nonsense kid came in. Okay, so
they were also saying I was drunk in the comment section. I haven't even had a drink in over 5 years.
Here's my questions. Again, first, my message to nonsense, so I get it out of the way right off the bat. You wanted to chat. Why not chat with me? If you're sincere and you're a seeker of truth, what possible reason could you not want to have a direct conversation with me like an adult would, like everybody else does? Like all these thousands of people that I've had in my life that will come to me directly and have communications with.
Because I said no, Steve, because it's simple. I didn't want to hear about your past history with Katie because I didn't care. It was a non-factor in this whole situation of what was currently going on with Marvan's story and all of the people exploiting Marvan's story in his name and the lies and the misinformation. Your hate for Katie, all it did was muddy the freaking water and make it worse for everybody. That's it. That's why I didn't want to have communication with you. Okay? Pretty fucking simple, actually.
People that know me know I get a lot of messages during the day. Okay, so why would you not want to talk to me? But if you don't, that's your choice. I'll leave it alone. Never bother you again. Never bother you anyways. But
so he was going to leave me alone because I said no. I didn't want to talk to him. He was leaving me alone, right? He wasn't going to continue this whole thing. he would just leave me alone and go on his own way. Again, this was September 23rd, the date of the video. And here we are, November 16th. And this crew has still been going around and talking shit about me and running with Steve's narratives and his lies about me. Yeah. Good one, Steve.
You asked me just to come to you. You asked me, hey, Steve, reach out to me. I did. And then you slammed the door in my face because why? I'm kind of confused about that. But there's my offer to you. You can see my entire conversation history with Erica. Go ahead.
In all defense, too, I had no idea that previous to this, right before this, he had lost 2 of his main people that worked with him and pretty much, I'm assuming, did all of the work. Chesh and is it Manya? I'm going to butcher her name. She's got beautiful hair. Anyways, they had been associated with him and I'm assuming did the bulk of the work for his shows. They had fallen out not long before this. And I think one of them actually said the phrase no means no in a tweet. If I'm correct, I'd have to go back and look, but there was like this, like, no, stop kind of thing. So I think I came in at like, he was already had his feelings hurt and had just, people had kind of parted ways from him. It could have been months before this, but he was still holding on to that too at this time. So I think I just kind of rubbed him really wrong and he's not been able to get over it. I don't think you could even build a bridge for Steve to get over all of his bullshit, but hey, that's between me and or him and whoever. That dude's just whack.
Go ahead. There's nothing in there. It's all about the RO stuff, which I'm asking questions about. And I said, yeah, I believe her that there's a filing. I don't know you nonsense. I know nothing about you. You know nothing about me. Matter of fact, even when you post something about, could this be an alt account? It doesn't look like you. This is me. Hello. I mean, do I not look like my avatar?
No, you don't. But you missed the point. I was cracking a joke on your looks.
Did you not watch my stuff? I have 2,000.
No, I don't watch your stuff. I showed you that right in the beginning of this video. I don't watch your stuff, nor do I care to watch your stuff, nor am I going to watch your stuff, Steve.
1,000 videos. But nonsense, I've never had never had a single conversation with her. She asked me to reach out to her. I reached out to her on 3 different places. One on her video, so let's talk. One on Facebook, on my own personal page, which she could have saw was my page. And 2, direct IM, because I don't know what her best form of communication is, right? Because I don't know her.
So how did you reaching out to me numerous times eventually end up to you going around saying that I said you sexually harassed me, Steve, when you are saying flat out that we've never even had any communication? Oh, wait, because it's just another lie.
Giving her the benefit of the doubt. If she doesn't want to take that benefit of the doubt, so be it. I have to work on whatever operating theory that I'm going with. My operating theory right now is that nonsense is not being very honest. That she is.
I'm the dishonest one in this situation.
Is buying into nonsense. Yes, I see the pun. That without any verification, without any going to the source. She says there's a seeker of truth. I think I've heard her say it one time. Maybe that was somebody else, but I thought nonsense said that. But if I'm not, I'm wrong. Whatever. But if nonsense really wants to know the truth about stuff, come and ask me. That's why people trust me.
Why was he so intent on getting me in his inbox, y'all? Like, I do not understand this dude. Is that the only way he can make his narratives work, is if he is in an inbox one-on-one with somebody? I don't get it. It like makes no sense to me at all.
They ask me direct questions and they get direct answers and get the evidence they asked for. Green Worm says they made the whole community put out the 14 ROs. Everyone said they didn't believe it. I only saw Molly say it. Steve, Aaron, and Charlotte. No one said it. That's true. Right. Molly was the only one that Molly politely in this message to you too. I don't know you, Molly. Look, I find some of your stuff funny, no offense, but not all, not by any means all of it. I don't get into any of your content, but there are some things you've done that's funny. You have a good sense of humor, Molly.
Yeah.
It's duplicitous to say, contact me. And because she wants to know the truth, I'll give her the truth. I'll give her anything she wants. If off my side, I'm not going to give a public. Nobody else's public communications will be involved in that. But she wants my stuff, some stuff that I have. Okay, fine. She wants to ask me questions. Okay, fine. But that's up to her. But it is duplicitous to say, contact me, and then the very next day, so I'm never longer interested. Why? Because
she completed.
I wanted nothing to do with him, but you can see that me declining to have a conversation obviously hurt his feelers. And I think it was after he lost some of his people. So he had already been a little thin-spined at the time. That's why he was so excited about this Erica situation, in my opinion. And now we're back to more spreading more lies. Let's go.
Did a 180 as soon as I contacted her and said, okay, what do you want to know about? And that just to me demonstrated she had no interest in actually getting any of the facts. None.
What made her do that?
I don't remember what the reason was. She had something on her
I don't know what the reason was. Again, back to his video on me was September 23rd. This is back in February.
channel, and I don't remember her name. I don't remember one of her handles. It was called Holding Influencers Accountable or something. And she had DM'd me and was sea-lying me, asking me questions, and I answered all of them. And she seemed fine. But then she went on Nonsense channel and pretty much implied that I was hacking her accounts through her Twitter DMs.
She was implying that Erica she thought was responsible for more of that. And I don't know if she directly named you. That was all confusing because they started talking about bugs and shit. And I had no clue what the hell was going on. And I even said in that live stream, I don't even know. My only concern was the fact that Erica has a history of problematic behavior. And I could pin you two together in messages, Steve. That was it. That was all. But continue on. And anybody that watched that live knew exactly how confused I was, because not only did Mackenzie come up, then Katie Joy came up, and I was like, what in the hell is even happening in this world?
Which is obviously impossible. What?
She accused you of that?
She certainly implied it pretty heavily.
Oh,
I don't remember her exact wording, but it was significant enough to where I was like, what the hell are you talking about? That's not even something that's possible. And by the way, I did message you on DM. That is the real me. When you mod somebody, make sure it's the real person, because I do get impersonated. I literally just
I modded you, right?
But I literally just had somebody impersonate one of my other accounts, the
Oh,
second account, and I had to go through YouTube to have it taken down. So yeah, they still do it, and it's all that crowd. I mean, who else does it? I mean, you know how many times I've had fake accounts of me, and it's clearly all those. It's the same crowd. Who else would it possibly be?
Did I show you where they tried to hack into my Facebook the other night?
Oh my God, I cannot. Anybody else get a headache listening to the spins that they do? Anybody else? Anybody?
Oh, I don't doubt it. We used to all get messages,
Y'all, we could do this on every single video of theirs. It is so ridiculous. Like, I honestly have said I was dumbfounded, mind blown, shocked, so many other adjectives this week, realizing that they were so focused to the extent that they were. I knew that there was some stuff going on with their little channels, that they had made videos and stuff. Most of them, I don't even see the tags in the videos. I had no clue that his best friend has an entire channel that she basically talks about me and Katie Joy on. That is so weird to me, because I don't even do content. Like, there's no point. But again, it is whatever it is.
Click for your password change and all that stuff. Everybody got those things.
Yeah, King Yukon, 100%. Yeah,
All right, I wanted to show y'all the truth about these donations. Okay, this is very important because
Angie, if that happened, that one, Nikki is like, if you guys have not watched Chesh's video, I encourage you to. She's freaking hysterical and she's intelligent. Yes, I know that her and Steve have a past, but she is funny as shit. Both of them. I'm going to have to learn how to pronounce the other one's name correctly so I don't butcher it. I think it's Manya, but I could be fucking wrong again. But they're both funny as hell. And when they review this stuff, it's really a good time. It's really a lot of laughs.
You wouldn't believe
I was gonna get some
what they did. And if y'all don't believe,
and if she starts doing content on, oh, poor Nikki. Nikki cannot hang in this arena at all. Nikki is like this little like, oh my God, mommy. That's all I hear from that one. And it's like,
believe, okay? Here's what they did. What they decided to do with this story was take Leticia's, Marvon Senior's, and the family's backgrounds, their past transgressions, right?
Really?
And use whatever they could. If there was nothing that they could use, they would make up something. Like with Leticia. Leticia had at 16, written a bad check. It was dismissed. So they knew they couldn't use that on her. So what did they do?
Okay, this is another part of her debunking, right? So she makes these claims back to her and her exposure. Meanwhile, if you look back to the stuff that Goose said, which is all still on my channel, you can go to the lives that Goose and Uni had a conversation. You can go to the lives where Leticia was on. You can go to me talking about when Goose was on Tia's channel. You can go to any video on my channel in that section of time, and you will hear their own statements about what Leticia supposedly told them. So now this one came into the story again, February, after pretty much everything was already done and handled. And we realized there was nothing ever going to get solved because none of them were ever going to be honest about anything. And you will see her rewrite Leticia's own statements Goose's own statements, who supposedly were working directly with Leticia. Veda came in and completely rewrote all of the previous stories.
They made up a lie saying that she got in trouble for money laundering, which never happened. Never, ever happened.
Yeah,
and nonsense wants to preach about someone's financial. They use their financial history in their background and their criminal history, if they had one, to frame them as frauds and scammers. And I'm going to show you what they did. And then this girl.
So just to make note on this again, too, for most of you that already are aware, the only reason why people started understanding that Marvon Sr. was actually currently incarcerated at the time that this all happened was because Leticia was sending text messages to the admins about him being incarcerated. Leticia and Marvon Sr. did not have a good relationship. They did not get along. And Leticia was actually outing that to the admins that he was incarcerated at the time. Meanwhile, he was actually in a required or court-ordered treatment facility called Teen Challenge. But I never used their financials or anything like that against them. Yes, they have problematic behavior and records, which did play a role in this. However, they can't separate out who actually talked about what and how it was talked about. I was Katie or working with Katie, so everything Katie did or talked about, it was obviously nonsense doing it.
Girl fills out a police report to help the narrative, and then they start this group, Flava's group, and Flava starts a group, or Danielle, I'm not sure which one, starts a group called Uncovering Fraud in the Marvon McCrae case. And in that group, this group is to support that police report and all of the fraudulent lies that went with it. And I'm going to.
So on that, we got a whole segment coming up one of these days. I'm going to talk about Goose, but that whole thing with Danielle and the police report. So Danielle was an admin for Flava in that group. They've claimed that we had something to do with that group. What actually happened on that, and Flava, I think, has talked about this too, was they started a group to try and support Marvon. She initially started a GoFundMe that she wanted to post to help Marvon and the children. I encouraged her to take that down. She did. And then they had a group, I think Uni was the one that named them the Dono Girls. I'm not even 100% positive on that. We've all asked that. My understanding is that's who, and to my knowledge and recollection, I could not piece this part out, but I think it was the Donor Girls is how I even knew who Uni was to begin with. They had somehow found him and were working with him, and that's how I found out who Uni was to begin with, I think. But I still can't even remember who introduced me to Uni or showed me his channel to begin with.
Show y'all the truth about that.
Yeah, and you nailed that. The fact that if they cannot find something in your background, they will make stuff up. They did a background check on everybody, which is, strange as it is. I mean, that's something that Katie Joy does. She does background checks.
They're all fraud.
And they literally will make something up. They can't find it or misunderstand what they're reading.
There's no need to do that. And we've watched how Molly and those guys do the same thing. This is why it's so frustrating to hear them. They talk about Katie doing all of these things. Yes, Katie does do some of this shit. Absolutely, she does. However, Molly does too. And that's the point that they missed, was they were both problematic and both played a role. Katie actually owned her shit, apologized, and moved on. Molly did not, but they could never get off that.
Willfully. They'll try to twist it to run a narrative. And so it's like, that's the go-to playbook for a black PR campaign against somebody. They'll try to dig up enough dirt on somebody to try to...
Black PR campaign? What is that? Does anybody know what he's talking about in the comment section that's been around him before? I've never, when I heard this, I was like, what is he trying to get at here?
Smear them, to try to character assassinate them and ruin their credibility. If they cannot do that, they will fabricate evidence in order to try to smear that person, because there are people that are just not going to care one way or another, and those are the people that are going to be their flying monkeys.
Him and that fucking word flying monkeys. I swear that's the only thing he knows. Meanwhile, he's got flying monkeys.
That is how it works. That is how black PR works.
You're right. And I noticed it. I was just a viewer, guys. I didn't even have a YouTube channel. And I was looking for someone that I could probably trust for when I do start my channel. And I was like, just watching. And I was like, watching Uni Rock. I was a sub of Uni Rocks at the time. I didn't know any better, right? I was a sub of Uni Rocks, of T-Spiracy, of what's that other girl that's her best friend? I was sub to all of them.
So she says that she was sub to Uni. I'm assuming she's talking about Julie Virgo and T-Spiracy. Would that be the three? Uni, T-Spiracy, and I would assume that would be Julie. I'm not sure. I don't know those guys either like this. But so Vada was around, sub to all of them, but then decided her origin story, she just can't get it right. Where were you, Vada? Why are you so dishonest about it?
And I saw it was so fishy how they would aggressively go after these claims with no proof. And when they did show proof, I started noticing it was fraudulent. It was tampered with, or they were covering it to say something it didn't say.
Oh, Lord.
A good example is that donation clip with Leticia. That is not what it said. The girl was not telling her to siphon money out of the accounts. The girl was telling her.
Just tell them how do you do it. Yeah. How do
That was a uni thing too, completely separate from me.
If you're going to accidentally get hacked, here's to prevent how to get all your money stolen.
Yeah, they did a 180 on that. I listened to that.
They were teaching Leticia how to shut her requests off, her refund requests off. That's what they were doing.
As well, I listened to your. By the way, I did catch up. People don't know. I put videos on a bucket list and I watch them as I can, and I had a ton of Veda videos. Okay, I had one. Yeah, I did. I had a ton of.
Well, Steve doesn't even watch her.
The bucket list. They're on tab, and finally, and I told you I'd get through them by Thursday, and I have. Okay, so I think I'm up to date. But you had something that. Oh yeah, so you know what really solidified, I think, with you probably is the same thing that does for everybody. Same thing for Tina and Aaron. What really solidifies that everyone on this side has been telling the truth is when it started happening directly to you. When it started happening directly to you, there's no more ambiguity. There's no more who's right, who's wrong. You know what's right and wrong because you know your own life, and you know when they start lying about you and making things up and start defaming you and twisting evidence, like your video saturation.
Already started.
Or
your video saturation, Steve. It's called a filter. Definitely not a rocket scientist, are you, there, buddy?
Well, there's something else they fabricated with you too. What was it? I know they fabricated for a fact Molly Golightly's statement. The audio.
All right. Once again, you guys have seen this, but just because numbskull over here
on that was clearly changed, and Nonsense's explanation is bullshit. Can I curse?
She's guilty.
Guilty of what? Making a video and putting it up there?
Absolutely. I mean, here's the thing: you can't 100% say that it's her, but she knows who did it. She's at least involved with that because Monty, the guy that the original video thing.
His name is Manny. First of all, you dumbass, Manny behind the mic, not Monty.
Doesn't have that splice in it. So she might have gotten it
right because here's where they cut Manny's video right where he says,
"Yep,
we are watching you." They cut that off right there, and all that plays is murdering your husband. That's all it plays.
Murdering your husband. Yeah, and
that's not. But don't take my word for it. Here you go.
Right. The only reason that you put it out now is because you're trying to flip the narrative. You're trying to get Dre to come closer to you. You're trying to reach out to her mods, which you clearly did on your one of your most recent lives. You know,
my original video from August 14th that I showed you in the beginning, again, because these guys cannot get this past in their head.
If your mods or your admins would reach out and talk to me, like, seriously, I hope that Dre's mods and admins, like, send you a text with their middle finger, because that's what you deserve. You don't deserve to be able to talk to Dre, her mods, or her admins. Right. I hope they don't forget what you did and what you said, because at the end of the day, you're the only person that called Dre a murderer. So
we don't need her. We just don't want to watch her murder her husband. Mistreat her children.
Why do you guys make such?
Oh, wait. Did mine have full context there? Oh, it sure as hell did, right? Yeah. So then they claim that whatever Katie posted is my fault. Try again, assholes.
Bold statements, such huge bold statements. Oh, this is the only creator that's done that. There's screen recordings and stuff that are easily found to disprove this.
Clarissa.
Why do you do this to yourselves? You realize you ruin your credibility.
So by pulling the record, you should have been able to see that it was in 1994 that this happened. 1994. And then she went to prison in 1997. And then you went.
Oh, wait. But we fabricated her background too. I forgot. But this was the previous advocate that was telling the stories of Leticia before Veda came around and was the next advocate that fucked everything up.
I'm going to try to talk about how, Vaughn was adopted by his grandma. Well, do you know what happened?
Just a quick back to getting your facts straight. Marvon was actually adopted by his maternal great-grandfather and great-grandmother, not his grandma or his grandpa. Great-grandfather and great-grandmother. Do you need to know their names? Because I can give you that too, since you really don't have your facts.
It happened when Leticia was in jail, not prison, jail. When she was in jail, her grandmother put an ad out, making it look like she had no idea where Leticia was, when she did know where Leticia was.
Hey, Goose, did you ever think maybe it would be interesting to hear the adoptive mom side of this story? Because I know for a fact that you're hearing a story from a single person that has not been backed up by a shred of proof or evidence of anything.
Basically, when Leticia was in jail, she found out that all this stuff had happened, and she didn't even know to go and fight for custody of Vaughn because she wasn't made aware of it. And in regards to her daughter not being adopted, that's because her daughter made more of a stink about things when things started to happen, and she was raising her voice more. Vaughn had a very good relationship with his grandfather, and he was comfortable where he was. So if you're going to talk about things, at least put the facts out, because it sounds like you don't know a lot of them. And you're just trying to steer this narrative to try to make all these people look bad, and then trying to say.
And another bold statement with zero fact base, zero proof, zero evidence whatsoever. Besides, she is pushing one story that she's heard from somebody as the truth. Interesting how that works. But she's telling other people to get their facts straight. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Dre, and I have spoken directly to her. Even though I have critiqued her videos, I have never, and no other creator has ever called her the M word. M as in mom. No one has ever accused her of taking out her husband except for Katie. So I'm telling.
Well, that's already been disproven, so don't even need to stick that clip in here again because.
I don't know how many times I'm going to have to show that one for them to actually make it make sense in their brains. I don't think they're capable of doing that at this point in time. And you guys have seen those clips many times. So if there's still a question about it, please let me know. But I included a few other clips here just for Steve's lovely ignorance.
Think about this, Veda. That if she says, oh, and by the way, even psychopaths, they try to have some kind of truth because it is really.
So he's now referring to me as a psychopath. That's the second time he's referred to me as a psychopath. Steve, are you a doctor? Because I'm definitely not the psychopath here, buddy. I'm definitely not the liar here either there, Steve.
Hard to keep track of your lies, right? They really have a difficult time doing that. Everybody does, right? That's why the more you tell the truth, even when you go to like an investigation, the more you tell the truth, the better off you're going to be because it's hard to keep track and you have to fabricate things that never happened, right?
Why do you say
And
that?
so, well, because I'll tell you why. Because she might be telling the truth, and I think she is, that she got the video from Monty. But but she just stops there.
Again, his name is Manny. But again, you don't have to take my word for any of this stuff. You can go vet it yourself. This is the problem, is critical thinking skills lack in this group of people. This video is still currently on Manny's page. Manny. His name is Manny, not Monty. But the original was on Spanky's channel, who has taken it down. But here you go. Where did I get this from?
Sweetheart, biting off your nails. It's your problem, sweetheart. It's your problem. It's your problem. Hold my picture there, and we're seeing all your messages in the house. We're seeing all your messages in the house.
I don't even know who those people are.
That sounds so much better. That sounds so much better. Look at her. She wants to make fun of me. Oh, now she's covering her mouth.
We won't get into your zen, sweetheart.
Oh, the fake empathy.
Hey, accounting by day.
We don't need her. Just don't want to watch her murder her husband, mistreat her children. Is there something wrong with that? Whose side are you on?
Not on yours, lady. Not on yours.
Let's go.
We go.
And doesn't go as far as even talk about whether she changed the video. She has not said who changed the video.
Well, today she's saying it's Katie.
I think, well, I've heard she started to throw Katie under the bus.
Yeah.
Because Katie put some typing on there, so she's aware.
How would I throw Katie under the bus when all I'm saying is that was my original video? Whatever Katie posted is not on me. If she clipped my video, big deal. It's still the same freaking thing. She said it not once, but multiple times. But wait, again, don't take my word for it.
Of it too. James, think about this. Who benefited from this? Katie was the only one that accused Dre of smurdering, as they say. But look, we're adults here. Monetization doesn't care about the M word, but I respect you. I won't say it. But she's the only one that accused her. Only one per period. It wasn't until people
only one period. Really, Steve? Really?
Called her out on that. All of a sudden, there's fabricated evidence from Molly Golightly saying something she never said.
There's fabricated evidence. Meanwhile, there's a bunch more clips. Oh, but don't worry, I included them for you, Steve, because I like to slap you in the face, Steve, with the facts.
I do think she's shook, and she knows that people seeing through her now. I mean, this page on Facebook grew 20,000
Hey, Cash.
in just literally 72 hours.
This is so easy.
She's murdering her husband.
Oh, whoops.
In live time, like real time.
Oops.
We're watching it. This is her movie. Like I said, the world is a stage. This is her. No, I'm not ready to talk to Vinny. Listen, do you think Vinny Politan is going to listen to me try and explain this story?
Guess I found
that's not going to happen.
You know something? I actually think you should show it to him.
Not yet. Because guess what? We're going to wait until charges are pressed and that she is investigated.
By the way, just in case anybody wants to know the facts, Dre was cleared of everything. There was no charges ever made. There was also never any court order on behalf of Marvon filed by Leticia and this supposed attorney that she paid all this money for, which the receipts for the attorney retainer never matched what Leticia even claimed, because she said that there was an agreement and the paperwork that was drawn up never left her desk. However, Molly and all the other ones that have advocated on behalf of Leticia have claimed that this paperwork was filed in a court. You can go to Arizona courts yourself and search for yourself. So exactly where the money went, nobody still knows, and probably never will unless it does get put in front of a judge. And I still hope someday it does, because I would love the opportunity to have all of my records subpoenaed. I would give anything for one of these fools to bring me into a courtroom and I get the opportunity to be deposed and then search through every electronic device I have. I would give anything to watch the look on their faces. That would make my ever-loving year. Please do.
Then we're going to drop the bomb. Because guess what's going to happen? Everyone's going to be seeing these videos. And let me tell you something. They're tracking her every move. And she is shaking. Because let me tell you something. What we watched tonight is not normal. And for her to say living her best life.
Whoops. Steve, you want to stick to that story?
Shaking. You are shaking because I just rocked your world. And guess what? It's going to get a little shakier. You want to bring this trash? You want to talk about how we're haters? You know what, sweetheart? You are low IQ. Oh. You are insecure.
Whoops.
You have nothing going for you. And I cannot wait to go down there and shake the hands of the Tucson police or the Yuma police that puts cuffs on your fucking wrists. Because that's what you fucking deserve. You are killing that man. And you're rallying. You love it. You love the attention you are getting. This man is dead. You've hurt him. You've killed him.
Oh, wait. Did she say all that too? Oh, no. That's got to be deep faked audio. Holy shit. We're getting good at these deep fakes. It couldn't be that Molly and a whole panel of people are sitting there while Molly is saying this. And yes, Katie absolutely said it. Nobody's ever said she didn't. We're all aware, but the narratives that they spun just don't work.
You hurt his parents.
Killing your frigging children. You want to know something? I'll take care of your babies.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take care of your babies. You start fucking manning up because what you are doing is downright evil. And this is not hate. This is about justice. You do not act this way as a mother, as a wife, or as a human. Zen, sweetheart.
Oh, wait. Did I put this in here again too? Yeah, I did. I really like to throw these in their faces. I might get a little joy.
You. We don't hate her.
I might get a little joy out of watching them squirm and eat their own lies. It's kind of fun.
I just don't want to watch her murder her husband.
Oh, whoops.
Mistreat her children.
Whoops.
Is something wrong with that? Whose side are you on, sister? Want to rock? Let's go. Yuma Police Department.
Oh no, is there another one? No. These are courtesy of one of the lovely islanders who happens to have a bunch of freaking receipts that go along with my receipts. And the island don't forget shit. Let's just put it that way.
Take for the Yuma Police Department to see that she's been successful. The evidence is here. She's been successful with Vaughn. Are they going to take her serious when one of those children are not around anymore? Because this is a precaution. This girl is not well. She looks horrible. She doesn't even see it. Only received 12 calls. People must do better. Call. I don't know. Justin, you want to call the Yuma Police Department?
And ask them what?
Ask.
Cash, that dark triad stuff is no freaking joke. And some of these people, I would love to see a body language analysis. Oh yeah, I agree with you.
Well, I would say, ask them to say, I'm investigating this story. Is there currently
KCG? It is. It's in all sorts of videos. They just refuse to acknowledge it. They continue to claim that we deep faked this audio, no matter which way we have shown it. They continue to say that there is nothing. This is why this has been so frustrating for me and all the people that bought into their hype and helped them push these narratives. You saw all the videos that have been made about me off of these fake narratives and me hurting Steve's feelings. And then all of the other insanity, Erica, Vada, all of them are the exact same type of personality. And it has been overwhelming. I don't understand why I'm such a target for them. Well, besides the fact that they don't like the facts and or hearing themselves again, but they won't, it doesn't matter which way you put it. They will not come off of it and continue to throw these lies. That lie started with Jesse, who got paid for that lie.
An open investigation because according to the victim's mother, Darvon McCrae.
We have KCG.
Marvon. I called him Darvon, and I caught myself. I went, what did I call Darvon? Marvon McCrae. Is this open? Because just say, I don't think that this is gonna fly if it is closed. You want me to call?
I mean, you can if you want.
All right, I'll call right now. Hold on. All right.
Alex.
Does anybody have the number?
Check. I don't know. Any
Non-emergency. Yuma Police Department. Okay. Overview. Non-emergency line. Okay.
which they may not.
Hi, can I have the non-emergency line?
This is the non-emergency line. How can I help you?
I just have a question. I'm investigating the murder almost of.
She was investigating the murder almost. No, she didn't actually call the police department and say a similar thing either, did she? No way. Get out of here. Nah.
Andrea McCrae on her husband, Marvin Jackson McCrae.
No.
Is this a closed investigation?
Never happened.
No, ma'am. All of these tips and stuff that we've been getting through Facebook, we've been forwarding it to the detective.
Damn, the Islanders are good with their deep fake audio. They over here calling the freaking dispatch in Yuma and putting calls in there of her saying that. Oh, shit. Just joking. That never fucking happened. These are her own words. And there's many others.
Oh, and that detective is?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Can you tell me who the detective is?
Detective Escott?
Escott. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good night.
Well,
bye-bye. Okay. Detective, we have his name. This is the starting point. So, where's Bullhorn Betty and Jonathan Winger? Escott, E-S-C-O-T-T. Where the hell's the pen?
And for those of you that might not realize it, still one of the big things always from the beginning was Molly had people that were following Dre around, taking pictures and videos and engaging like in real life, going by the house and taking videos of them. Molly was itching and begging for the family to ask her or say yes to her going out and protesting outside of Dre's home. Like she was biting at the opportunity to do that. That's why she talked about Bullhorn Betty and JLR. That was an initial thing that they never stopped. That was something she wanted all along.
Detective.
Just to back up Steve's claims. Y'all see that?
Now, for those who don't know, this psycho woman here accused me of.
Oh, y'all see that? One little screenshot. Yeah, she did say it. We all are aware of that. Nobody has said she hasn't. Unlike you guys, we don't make claims that we can't back up.
Quote, what's the word she used? Abused her son. She accused me of abusing her son. I never met her. I never met her son. I never been in the same state as this woman. She accused me in a chat, Steve abused my son. These are the things that they say in order to throw out these hyperbolic things to try to get people to respond to them.
Oh, but wait a minute.
Yeah. Still human beings to know that that creepy fuck behind the scenes using all.
And right here, she's talking about Steve again.
Oh, but he doesn't lie, right? He doesn't like people fabricating stuff about him. But meanwhile, him and his mouthpieces have been fabricating stuff about I supposedly said he hit on me or sexually harassed me. Just got to throw this in there again because this really did chat my ass. Because how can that even be true when you've never had a conversation with the person? I don't know. You figure it out.
Is walking her.
Well, why is it this creepy fuck is using us women? Why can't we be using him? Huh?
Yeah.
Why is it that we're just the weak, incapable, feeble, like people here who can't possibly see through this dominant authoritarian figure's exploitation of us? There's just no way. We're just not smart enough.
You're
like,
fine.
what the fuck, man?
I get it. Totally get it.
Right
I don't know what it is about Steve that she hates, but y'all remember she was accusing him of hitting on her and being creepy
Right.
with her. He's never done that. He's never done that. And her proof was one message where he said hi to her. That was pretty much 8 months prior to the moment she was accusing him of not leaving her alone. So she was full of
Right.
shit. Totally full. Just like
Like
Katie.
always.
They
Yeah.
always falsely accuse men of harassing them. It's disgusting.
That's not even remotely the case, but go on, mouthpiece.
Too. Is that a part?
Yeah, no, and I don't know a lot about the police report other than anybody can go file these. This does not mean that an investigation was automatically taking place because the narrative is being run that there was an investigation against
Right.
Leticia. I saw no evidence for that. None.
No.
Zero.
That made that up in revenge for my video. That there was
So-
Oh my God, these guys are idiots. So if you go back to the screenshots, and I didn't post these in here, but I should have, but there's a whole video of my interaction with Leticia. Leticia even said that she contacted authorities and they were involved investigating all of this. Leticia herself said that there was. Molly herself. And meanwhile, they got stuck on stupid with this Danielle police report that was involved with Flava that I still don't even know. The only thing I can verify out of that was, yes, the police report was made. Beyond that, I have no clue. But that wasn't the only one. There were multiple police reports made on Leticia and fraud. Multiple. A lot of them we never brought public because they didn't want them to be brought public. There's still some that are now still open in states across the United States over this fraud. Right now. But they don't want to talk about any of that, right?
So, but this is somebody who literally is going in real life to file something, to fabricate a narrative against, and this is where I come in. She's the mother of a veteran. I take that very personally. People know that I am a veteran. People know that I take
She is the biological mom of a veteran. Yes, 100%.
that very seriously. I'm very proud of the fact that I served, and I respect anybody that has honorably served and maintained that honor, unlike some people who haven't maintained that honor. And so when they are making up a story to go after a grieving mother, that to me is about as immoral and unethical and sick as you can get. That's the depravity level that even Katie Joy, I would think, would not have sunk to, but she has.
Yeah, she was involved 100% in this.
100%.
She was involved, but all of this started with Leticia and the admins of the Facebook groups. Every bit of it started on Facebook from a Reddit thread where the admins of the Facebook group who created this Facebook group, all of them reached out, talked to Leticia. That's where it got started. The freaking YouTubers didn't get involved until July 6th. The Facebook groups started between the 24th of June and the 26th of June.
It's
If
so nonsense.
it wasn't for her, none of that would have even happened.
Well,
She's
part
involved.
one, in part one, did she read through the dates yet? I was chasing my glasses.
I do have to ask a question. Is Down the Rabbit Hole the same as Down the Rabbit Hole at bedtime?
All I know is there are 2 Down the Rabbit Hole channels, and the one I'm talking about is Down the Rabbit Hole News, not the other one.
Not the other. Okay, I didn't think they're the
I
same
do
person.
believe it's hers as
So,
well.
all right, they're not the same person, right? Because I don't know at bedtime. What I do know is Down the Rabbit Hole News didn't seem to give a damn about facts. I went over there and I was just.
I used to love her.
Crap.
I used to love her, but after
I started supporting her
address,
too, but I was like, she stopped being interested in any of the facts. She was worried more about her channel growth.
once she posted Leticia's address to have to cause her to move, I was done
That's
with
just,
Prove that Rabbit posted the address that caused Leticia to move. Prove it. You continue to lie and say that, and I guarantee that that had nothing to do with Rabbit.
who does this kind of stuff? And I mean, and first of all, what is the interest in these people's story with Leticia to begin with? This is a tragedy story. This is a story that deals with a Marine that tried to take his life that is in a coma. There should be no profitability on this issue, none from anybody. And yet people are growing their channels off this by trying to put blame on a grieving mother. I don't even understand how anybody in their right mind could think that that is appropriate to do. I mean,
You know what's really inappropriate is when people use a Marine veteran's attempted suicide for over a year to milk it for profit and lie about it the entire time. When people can't actually process the facts, that can't use common sense and realize that this was a tragedy that should have never been content for YouTube, Facebook groups, or anything. This all started out of hate for Dre, not concern of Marvon, hate of Dre. And when you have a woman who has not been a present factor in the person's life, who is using it to profit, meanwhile made one trip to Arizona, well, one where she actually saw him. And in the 5 days, from my understanding, she went and saw him one time in 5 days. Meanwhile, she told the internet she was there all the time. Meanwhile, she told the internet that she spent all this money on attorneys. Meanwhile, she had an agreement that she could see him and didn't even need an attorney. Meanwhile, she told the internet that Dre had taken out an RO on her, which was never possible. Didn't happen. You can check for it yourself. Meanwhile, they claimed that there was court orders. You tell me how disgusting it is. And it's really sad that you guys continue to rewrite the history of this story when the man has passed away, tragically passed away. You can't give it up because it's all you got. And your hatred of me and Katie Joy and your obsession with that continues to spin the facts and the truth. If you want to hear Marvon's own words, go listen to Dre's content or the missing puzzle pieces. Listen to what Marvon had to say.
If there was any kind of malfeasance between for the mother, then there should have been people showing something of concrete evidence. There was nothing. There was Katie Joy making an allegation like she always does because she got her feelings hurt because Leticia turned her away. Same thing that happened with Reno Rock. I stopped giving him information about my lawsuit and he turned 180 on me and he started going over to Katie's side.
Yep. Kind of the same thing that happened with you when I declined to have a conversation with you and you've had your panties in a bunch for an entire year, Steve, and continue to spin the same lies and BS and just go from person to person to person. And here they are. Your best buddy has a whole entire channel dedicated to me over the last year because she's a freaking, I don't even understand that one. That makes no sense to me.
You know, weeks before he was like, Katie Joy's a lying, manipulative, sociopath, all this other stuff. And yet a couple of weeks later, because I no longer trusted him, he, went to Katie Joy's side and then they started paying him to put out misinformation.
It's bullshit.
So yeah, I don't understand it. I don't know. And by the way, I know nothing about Leticia as far as anything more than anybody else does. I never talked to the woman. I've never had any communications with her whatsoever. I've only seen what anybody else has seen. And I've seen nothing that woman has done to indicate she has done anything of any malfeasance. She didn't understand how GoFundMe and Cash Me and all this stuff works. She didn't understand how the internet worked. And people use that to their advantage.
She didn't understand how the internet worked. She didn't understand how this all went. Meanwhile, she was one of the first members of the Exposing Dre McCrae groups. And meanwhile, Exposing Dre was made way before Justice for Vaughn was. The intent all along was to expose Dre because people had a past problem with her, including Leticia. Leticia was never transparent. She never told the truth about anything. Neither did Marvon Sr., unfortunately. Neither one of them did. And you know what's really sad is to look and see that all the people who fought over Marvon's story instead of fought for Marvon. Do you think a dime of that money went to help Marvon or those children over the last year or Dre? Nope. Sure as hell did it. Get off the whole kick of you give a shit about anything besides yourself in this because it's not the truth. Those of us that actually give a shit aren't talking about it and trying to rewrite history because unfortunately it's a tragedy that ended very tragically. And it's really disgusting to see how many people are exploiting his story still because of hatred for Dre.
And to try to slander her and defame her merely because Katie Joy got her fucking feelings hurt.
Yep, that's all that happened. And this is the moment I joined YouTube.
It's an outright, it's an outright lie. The dates are,
outright lie. Why were they trying to go off
difference.
the date for it? Was it to cover for Katie being the first to ask for a refund? I wonder.
Katie wasn't the first to ask for a refund, and no matter how many times we've said that either, or people have told them that it had nothing to do with Katie. The first refunds and the first donations were happening because of the Facebook groups and the Facebook posts and Leticia's direct ask for assistance to seek an attorney. Judy was one of the first that was public. Meanwhile, there was hundreds of others that weren't public. In fact, Veda, you had somebody in your comment section the other day claiming that they sent Leticia over $8,000. I have a tendency to call bullshit on that, but you should have a problem with that. When one person from another country, I think they said they were, is claiming that they sent over $8,000 and nothing was ever filed on behalf of Marvon. So what was she fighting for? Oh, I forget. You don't want to talk about that.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely it was. It was because Katie had put out that she felt that she got, scammed. And so she got butthurt and asked for her refund back. And then she tried to take everybody along line with that road because they're called flying monkeys is what they are.
Yes. And this is Katie's donation. She donated. I want y'all to see this. The 15th, she donated $500 and the 13th, she donates $500.
Oh God, this is frustrating. Meanwhile, here, July 6th was a $500 donation. It was reported as a scam. And July 10th, 4 days after the YouTubers got involved, including Katie Joy on this story, this person had already asked for a refund and was declined. And there's messages to support this too. Katie had nothing to do with the first refunds being requested. People got stuck on stupid and couldn't get over it.
Okay.
Hold on. I got to go back to that. Not only were they claiming, oh yeah, let's go back to this one. This was a screenshot I was trying to show you guys the other day. Sorry, I'm outside and I'll go back in a second. But remember how I was telling you that they were trying to say Katie was all of these other accounts? This is Penelope, Lori Lane, aka Lori Lane. You can see it at the very top if you scroll in. They were trying to say that Judy, the donator, was a fake account of Without a Crystal Ball. And here's Molly in the comment section with it. They were on the bullshit from jump. And couldn't freaking walk through facts.
Okay. But on the 14th, she's in the admin's DMs on the Ultimate Deception page telling them Brittany's background. So she knows Brittany's background and still donates another $500. She knew Brittany's background before the first $500. Before the first one. I just got to show this. Hey, donators, donate early. I need some vape and Red Bull. Tonight we are talking about grifters.
Yeah, the irony, right? Let's do this because I'm gonna have to wrap it up soon. But on Friday, I believe, because I'm doing a show on Thursday, but
Yeah,
I think it's on Friday.
Time did you want to write it down?
Let's plan.
Clarissa, you are spot on. Both things are true. Both of them made mistakes. There were so many mistakes. I made mistakes in this. And by the way, I heard that EKC is like pulling out my old posts. I left those for transparency purposes. I have always said I got shit wrong in the beginning of this, but some of that stuff I still stand on. I've never been a simp of Dre. I've never been a simp of any of them. I looked at this from a very narrow lens of the facts. And the facts are there's a lot of problems in every person in this. Did I get it all right? Hell no. But I absolutely, in fact, in that video, when Katie's on my panel, I said in that video, flat out, when one of, I think it's Dre's admin under an alt comes in and asks me why I left those posts up if I knew I had got them wrong. And I said flat out, for transparency purposes, I do not dirty delete. They didn't like that answer, but it is what it is. They're still there today. So good try, EKC, another fucking weirdo. And she gets away with this shit because nobody pays attention to her. The only people that really take what they say and give it any gravity are the ones that are sucked into these stupid narratives that they continue to twist. Katie is problematic, yes, but call her out based on the facts. Y'all out here making everybody else that does stuff based on the facts look like complete fools. You'll never be successful in getting people to see what you want them to see when you fabricate and lie as much as you guys do.
Something I'll get with you tonight after I get off work. But what I would like to do is on my channel, you and I can have a Q&A, and we'll open it up to any nonsense fan that wants to come in, not some rando alt on a nameless live chat. But if you are a actual person and you know something.
So the only way you could actually ask them questions was if you were fully yourself, not behind an avatar, and were willing to give them your information. Tell me that that's not a little sketchy. I don't know who 99% of you are in my chat, nor do I need to know. But if you ask me questions, I'm going to show you and tell you what the hell is going on. Why do they have to know who you are in order to give you gravity to answer your questions? Like there's something over here. Steve, sit the fuck down, all the way down. You and your philosophy bullshit is right out the window.
Has not been blocked. If you want to come in and defend their actions, we will give you anything you need to explain to you why they are lying. And I will answer any question you have in real time. And I'm sure Veda will be happy to as well.
Yeah. We're going to give you the answers that we don't even, oh God, I can't with these guys.
But let me key this in. I am not clearing anybody's name from this setup unless y'all, there's only one person that I agreed because she's pretty much begging me. I told her.
Who was begging you to clear their names, Veda? Who was begging you? Say it, because it sure as hell wasn't me or anybody associated with me, because all you've done is lie and lie and lie and lie and lie. I don't need you to clear shit for me. So whoever was coming to you wanting you to clear their names definitely wasn't me. So come off that shit and tell us. Say with your whole chest for once.
I would only if she clears up her lies about me paying to do an interview and lying about me being in Molly's Patreon during that.
Which is ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, somebody had accused you of Molly Golightly paying you to do an interview, which was an absolute, again, they can throw out these, there's something called Brandolini's Law, which basically says that the amount of effort expended to refute a falsity is exponentially greater.
Yeah. Oh, Steve, how you sit with those words today in your mouth?
It's much more.
Because I was in Molly's Patreon. I wasn't even a patron yet.
And by the way, I don't think I've ever gotten a dime from Molly. She may have done $2 super chat, I think, once or something.
I did every bit of this for free.
Yeah, I think it's $5. I mean, but anyways, I've never in my life spoken to Molly directly. She's only been in my live chat. I know nothing about her other than what anybody else knows. I have no ties to her. I have nothing against her. She's just not my type of content. That's it. She's neutral with me. I have nothing towards her or against her. But she got set up, and there's no question about that. There's absolutely none.
Why?
Explain.
While you're saying that, I have to say this because it's going to drive me crazy.
How did Molly get set up, Steve? Walk us through it. Timeline, receipts, the things that I've been doing for over a year. Walk it through instead of just spewing shit at the wall. Walk it through, Steve. You got all this evidence, right? That's what you call it. By the way, it's not evidence.
Everybody is looking at their hatred towards Molly versus what I was showing on Molly's stream. Look at what I'm trying to prove to you versus how much you hate Molly. Like, put that aside. Be open-minded.
The irony of that statement right there. They can't get past their hate of Katie. Meanwhile, both things are true. Katie and Molly both made huge mistakes. Molly just continued on and on and on and on and on. Katie ducked out. Thank God. I can't even imagine if both of them would have been going at the same time trying to handle all that shit. Why do they've always had this thing? Why didn't Becky call out Katie? I had Katie on my panel who sat here and answered questions, made an apology post. What am I supposed to do? Be like you? There's a million channels like you who call out every single thing she does, meanwhile mirroring her content and doing the same content she does. Y'all hate her, but you act just like her. And you all are so envious of her. Those of you that do the teen mom content and the Duggars content and all that, it is gross. You hate her, but you want to be just like her. Make it make sense.
Everybody in the comments is like, you support Molly. No, I don't support people.
I don't support her. I don't know her. I'm nothing. And here's the thing, Veda, though. I've had people say things about Katie Joy that could not be proved. And I told them, stop saying things you cannot demonstrate. I will, if somebody lies.
Bye, Bad Apple. We definitely need it. And we're not even done yet because we haven't even brought it back around to current time and why they're getting mentioned, why they're getting talked about, why Nonsense finally reacted to some of their bullshit over the last year. I wonder why. Because so many people have lied about me. Go Google Nonsense on the web in your YouTube thing. Go look at it and look at all of the extremists and their bullshit. They had entire Reddit threads that are still up about me being Katie. They freaking photoshopped me on Katie's couch. They did a silhouette of Katie and made it into me. They claimed I deepfaked audio. They've gone at my family. They've sent threats in my emails that the only people that associates with anything when that kicks off is this group. And tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me again with the facts for once.
About Katie Joy, I call it out, and I loathe the woman with every fiber of my being. I think if there's a special level of hell, she's going into it. Okay, that is much I loathe this freaking person. But
Ash, you want a funny story right quick because we all need a break. Actually, there is. When I was 18, I flashed the wrong guy with a camera, and my tatas got put on one of the college homepages in Bozeman. It was actually really funny, but I hope you can't find it anymore. But when I was like 19 and 20, you could still find that shit. Yeah, Nonsense was a little wild in her younger years. But yeah, don't flash the wrong person with the camera.
you do not make false statements against somebody that you don't have evidence for, especially if you damn well know that they're wrong. That is objectively wrong across the board. And all it does, it makes it more difficult to the people that have the evidence of the things that they have done because it waters it all down. And
Wow. The irony of all of this, Steve. Really?
it doesn't make anybody's lives easier when you lie about somebody. So much as you hate Molly Golightly, for whatever reason, whether you like her content or hate, she was set up. Period. End of story.
How? Molly took Molly off this app. Molly is responsible for Molly's actions, Steve. Molly took Molly off this app. Molly profited greatly off of this man's tragedy, along with others. Did I make a channel? Abso-fucking-lutely, to try and get the facts out there. Do I regret it? No. Do I regret the fact that this has turned into such a shit show? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Do I regret having a channel from July all the way till January, February and not monetizing it? Nope, I don't. Do I regret monetizing when I did? Nope, I don't. And I shouldn't. I have made, well, if you guys really want to see, I will show you. I have no qualms about it. I haven't even made, on the entire time I've been on YouTube, I haven't even made 10 grand. And that's truthful as hell. And I don't have nothing to hide. That's not why I was here to begin with.
She was. And I wanted to prove while you're saying that, how you want to accuse somebody even if you hate them.
And
Amber and Flava, when I was talking to them, they were like, you have absolute grounds that she showed your phone number on screen. You should strike her. And I'm going to show what I put. I'm not going to strike her if it's blurry. I'm not like that. And I want to prove that.
Keep talking. You guys hear who she said was in her inbox trying to convince her to strike me? Amber and Flava. Shocker. Amber was one of the first creators to ever come to me and talk to me about this team. Meanwhile, I didn't realize she had had issues with Katie in the past too. And Flava, of course, got called out for lies with what was going on there. but they're in her inbox trying to get her to strike me. What? The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round.
Talking about I find it. Let's see.
Well, like I said, I think I've said, what I need to say. If people aren't familiar with my story, go to look at my name at Forbes.com. I'm in the Forbes mentioned from the non-sequitur lawsuit. Look up was it the soap opera Spy? Because I was suing Katie Joy for defamation, along with Toddy Westbrook had sued her for defamation. Todd Chrisley has sued her for defamation. 7M Robert Shin is suing her still for defamation. I was suing for defamation, but I couldn't continue the lawsuit. But she lies professionally. That's what she does. She's a gossip columnist who will go out of her way to connect with people to fabricate stories on them. And the people she has connected with currently for these couple of years have somebody like named Unirock, and then more recently this person named Nonsense. They are absolutely working together to fabricate things. There's no zero doubt of this. Now, do I think that?
Oh, another big accusation with no proof to back it up. I guess that's just what he does. So meanwhile, he's saying all this stuff about Katie and acting like he's mirroring her, and they should be twins.
Like every day, do they communicate? I doubt it. Do I think that all the Nonsense is working for Katie? No. I think there's a mutually beneficial thing for them, because all of Nonsense's content is oriented around Molly Golightly. Everything. She's got some vested.
And once again, just like this channel was made for Vada, right? This is Vada's channel, according to Vada.
Personal interest there. I don't know what it is.
I absolutely had no personal vested interest. I didn't even give two shits about who Molly was. Molly was problematic. But Elle, you guys have bitched and moaned about me covering Elle. You've bitched and moaned about me covering Spanky. Zav girl, Tyler Feller. I mean, go on and on and on. But go ahead, Steve. Continue to tell yourself these lies.
We don't. But her interest aligns with maligning Molly Golightly and anybody around her, because that's what Katie Joy wants to do. So right now their interests align. But the same thing.
So because my interest aligned, what you thought in your head, the conspiracy that you come up with, again, we should have all had tinfoil to make this make sense, but
happened with her and Unirock, and how many times did they go back and forth when their interests disaligned?
You can go back to the first time I called Unirock out. It's when he actually took panel with Molly and Justin, and I called him out. But these guys couldn't understand that I was calling him out too on problematic behavior, but I wasn't paying attention closely enough until it became a problem to even realize the extent of the lies that he had been telling. No clue. Nobody can possibly keep up with all of the different attacks on me and my family that have happened over the last year. Nor would I ever be able to possibly keep up on all of the different angles. So you guys took that to your full advantage, and my ignorance of how deep it had really gotten played right into your hand.
So it's just, we'll see what happens, along the long run. But I keep telling people, always ask for evidence. You bring the evidence. I mean, I really can't stand these people who say, well, where's the evidence? You bring it. You're like, well,
where's the evidence, Steve? We're asking. You've made a lot of claims over the last year, a lot. And I have barely even touched the surface of it, nor do I have intent. But it's time you put the receipts out. Show it instead of just saying all this shit. This is why nobody can stand you. This is why you're looked at and laughed about, because you're ignorant and you're nothing but a liar, and your hate for one person. Granted, you might have reason to have that hate, but it is completely taken over every space in that brain of yours, and you cannot get past it.
What was the evidence? It's like, this is black and white. She was framed.
Absolutely. I mean, they're just so busy on their hate for Molly, they can't see nothing else.
Oh, Lord.
And I wanted to prove this. They were Amber and Flava. I don't know if they showed Nonsense this part. They were like, yeah, you got grounds to strike her. And I said to them, I said, I was right at it.
It's interesting how she is proving once again that she was in association with the people that were trying to take me down. Meanwhile, in the first one, we saw that Amber was super chatting Jenny Jen when Jenny Jen had Erica on panel to try and blast me. They all took shots at me. Every single one of those ladies attempted to get me to go back and forth with them. And I had nothing to do with them. Ignored them. Attempted to just move on because it was all distractions. All of it.
Oh my God, she was right. I was right at it. Did I just forward upwards? Damn it.
So anybody thinks that Molly Golightly bought me off, they're out of their minds. Like I said, I have no interest in watching Molly Golightly stuff. She's just somebody that I know of. Okay, it's okay. When you have a chance, if you get a desktop, you can see the timestamp. It shows blurry on my phone. I just want to strike her if it doesn't show. Okay.
So I admittingly say I'm not going to strike her if my phone number doesn't show, like they were trying to get me to do, whether it showed or not.
Supposedly I showed her phone number. Whoa. So what? Big deal.
Yeah, well, that's a it's called a privacy strike.
But I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to do it if it didn't show. If it was blurry, I was going to let it be. I'm not that type that does that kind of vengeful shit. But
you've been out here saying that all of us are going to strike you and blah, 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 blah. They're targeting you. They're harassing you. Meanwhile, I don't think anybody's ever struck you.
I don't think Flavor and Amber mentioned that part, did they?
Of course not. And I've never even talked to this Flavor person. I've only heard her talking nonsense, and I think she has no clue what's going on. For some reason, all people jump on these bandwagons, but whenever you say, okay, if you actually want answers and want questions asked, go ahead, ask them. But when has nonsense ever come on your channel or came on Aaron's channel or my channel and said, okay, let's talk? Never once.
Why would I? Why would I give you guys any respect? You have to earn my respect, and you have done nothing to do that. In fact, quite the opposite. I owe you nothing. You fabricated narratives and ran with it for over a year and got all of your little cronies to attack me over and over and over again. I don't owe you a damn thing now, nor did I then.
She won't. She can't handle confrontation.
I can absolutely handle confrontation. I just don't have time for ignorant pieces of shit. That's why I never entertained any of you. That's why you got invited to this channel, so you can be called out on your lies, because I'm not going to go and defend myself to just fabricated freaking lies and you screaming and blacking out because you can't handle the truth.
Yeah, because she has no evidence for anything. You know how I am.
No evidence, right, Steve?
I'm a pit bull. You've seen my debates and how I will ask pertinent questions that a lot of people have difficult times or cannot answer, especially if they're lying. She knows damn well if she's seen any of my stuff that if she ever had an interview with me, I would ream her across the coals, because there's no.
Don't think that would happen. First of all, I've never seen any of your debates, but when it comes to this shit, you don't have a chance. Ever.
Possible way she would support any of her claims. And the first question I'd ask her is, how did this video get tampered with? And why were you supporting it? And if you know now it's tampered, why have you not rescinded your claim?
And why haven't you rescinded your claim, Steve, that it wasn't tampered with, that my original video is still up there? Oh, maybe Katie cropped my video and used it in hers. Whoop-de shit. You want to talk about rescinding claims. Meanwhile, you have never rescinded a single thing that I've proven you wrong time and time and time and time again. I told you guys you didn't want to go down this arena with me, but here we are. You guys still going down this arena. All right. Do you guys want to do the second part now, or should we wait and do the second part tonight? Because there's one more clip, and this is when Little Miss, all I can say to her is shut the fuck up, though. That's basically all I got her. I don't know why Vada, whatever you want to call her, tube top tank. I don't know. This is the current piece of her and her bullshit. Do you guys want to do that later and take a break? Y'all probably need one. Or do you want to just do it right now? Yeah. Yep. It's just, I cannot believe the ignorance of these people. To be honest, I am one person that has worked alone. I have had people that have been beside me that I've communicated with and like worked through things with, but this is my channel. I built this. I did this on both of them. This is me. This is my integrity. This is my family. And for all of you that have been encouraging this bullshit in the bushes and continuing their bullshit and entertaining them, meanwhile they come at my family, my real life, over and over again, I have nothing for you people. You're playing games about all sorts of stuff. Whose name was she trying to clear? Who was in her inbox trying to get her to clear her name? Flava? Is that who it was? Because she was obviously in communication with Amber and Flava. Ain't nobody coming to you to clear shit, because all you do is lie. They don't want to tell you that Goose was one of Veda's mods. Veda talks about that, how Goose had a mental breakdown and sent her a 3-minute clip of crying. Starry Night, abso-fucking-lutely. You guys want to do it tonight? We can do it tonight, because I have no problems. I probably should take a break anyways. My entire face, hold on. I'm sitting on my bed now. My whole entire face hurts like a son of a bitch. It's so swollen. Right in here, you can see it. Like, it's Stupid. These people are, it's madness though. It is maddening to sit here and see this. It is disgusting to sit here and see the games that have been played. And I am so disappointed in so many people. So disappointed. She said that I had people attacking her. Do you know how many people that actually did not even confront her on the facts or say a word to her when they knew she was lying about me? You know how hurtful it actually is to go back and look and see all the people that respected me? Well, it hurts my feelings, not in that aspect. I asked people to not attack her, to not engage with it because I didn't want to give it life. It wasn't because I was hiding anything. It was because the worse they engaged, the more it got heavy on me. That is why I said that. But it hurts my feelings to watch so many people sit there and watch her lie aggressively over me, my character. She don't know a fucking thing about me. But one thing she absolutely has wrong is I'm not the liar in this situation. That's them. And she's making all of you look foolish. And she's making, Steve, you make yourself look foolish. All of you do. It is disgusting to see grown-ass adults act this way. But it does hurt my feelings because in the comment section over here, you know, her mods pop in or whatever, and we're respectful to them. Meanwhile, Megan leaves this comment section after we were respectful, welcomed her in. All I said to her is, you might learn something. She goes over on Vada's and says that she was correcting misinformation. No, you didn't. You didn't do shit. Chicken shit. And they just lie to lie. Like, what is the point at this time? Why? Hey, just another troll. Sorry, night. It's so. Oh, to my face, I have an infection. The infection is so bad that it pushed my crown out. Actually, I have a gap in my tooth. My tooth came out. My crown came all the way out, and it's the infection's draining. I have a crack in my sinuses, so the sinus infection. It started 5 years ago with this crown, and I think I'm on number 13 round of 13 antibiotics over the years for this. Oh, but it was so bad that it's up into my sinuses, like it's cracked all the way up, and it got so swollen and the pressure got so bad that it knocked my tooth all the way out. I did show you, Cash. What? I have nothing to hide. Absolutely, Sheila. And they continue to spin their hate, and I am the focus of their hate. Oh, Sheila, did you just get here? You guys, look at my shirt. Look at my shirt for today. Some of you guys just got here. Roses are red. People are fake. I stay to myself, so I won't be on the first 48. Oh, yeah, it sucked. That's why you guys haven't seen me this week, because it actually really sucks. But when I first, like, this tooth had an infection, somehow my sinus cavity got cracked from the jawbone all the way up. And it's still, like, it's given me trouble. I've been on antifungals, and because it's staph, it's actually staph infection in there. And then I've got polyps, and it's so compacted. I went to the doctor today, and and then to even I don't have enough bone left to put the crown back in, they don't think, because it pushed the post all the way out. Like it was so swollen, it pushed the post all the way out. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I figured it was fitting. Oh, Starry Night, I'm so sorry. Vertigo sucks so bad. Yeah, it sucks. And I'm going to have it rotor-rooted out. I'm going to have to, like, go in, but the infection's so bad they can't even operate right now because I've got to clear. And I have been on, the antibiotics I've been on have been tearing my stomach up. I did schedule my colonoscopy. Thank you, Stella B. But it's bad. But yeah, it pushed my crown all the way out. I even have the full tooth with the post. Yeah, sucks. But Cash, what t-shirt contest? I've been in a few of those. I know. I got my colonoscopy scheduled. I got clearance from the cardiac doctor for the colonoscopy, so that's good. Yeah. I've just been over here dealing with that stuff, but we'll do the second part tonight. It's just them, like, it's
Veda and fucking Megan. Why is she even as entertaining? I don't know why she can't go live by herself anymore. She's got to have a cohort all the time. It's really funny, but it's like, I don't know if they're trying to control the narrative or not, but yeah, yuck. It sucks. I know. But my whole face, like you can see how it's drooping on this side. That's why. Like it's, and I'm holding my mouth funny too because of all that. It's stupid. It's just dumb. No big deal though. Possibly, Joan. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know if the other one can either, though. The other one is just as nutty. Like the shit they're lying about, they're just lying to lie at this point in time. Like it makes no sense, y'all. Absolutely no sense. I came and sat in my bed because while we were doing this. Do you guys have any questions? Anybody in here have questions? Please ask me. I have no reason. I honestly, it is so disgusting to see the lies and the manipulation and the constant engagement. Meanwhile, they have done terrible, like, I shouldn't say this, but law enforcement is absolutely handling pieces of this. I did get clearance to discuss. I haven't done anything illegal, nowhere close. So I can engage as much as I want to, because I've never sent threatening emails to anybody, nor would I. But when that gets traced, I know where it's going to land. 100%, I won't say it right now, but I guarantee. And nothing will shock me. That group is the only one that has been so ridiculous this entire time. And the fact that there's some, what I would think would be intelligent, articulate people around them. Yeah, I'm not going to NG. I'm letting them handle all of that. I'm not even, that ain't for me to figure out. They're on their own there. Screw around. I told them all from jump, you continue to do the stupid shit, but how much is one person supposed to take? I have taken hits from everybody, and the people around me, I sit and think about it. They were never doxxed. Their families were never gone at. I've been blamed for the shit that they've done with them. I've been targeted by this group over and over again. Meanwhile, I wasn't even engaging with them. There's a lot of disappointment in me of people. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention too, and I'll talk about this in the first part later. I'm going to get off here and I'll probably ice my face for a while, but the whole theory. Actually, let me grab the clip. You guys know me and my clips. I'm sorry too. I know it gets boring because a lot of you were here and a lot of you knew what was going on, but a lot of people didn't. And a lot of people bought into bits and pieces of this because I wasn't engaging. And if you watch their channels and see how much they did content on me nonstop, I can see where the confusion came into place. Like, why isn't she responding? What is she hiding? Why is she just letting them run? I had no clue. I really genuinely did not understand that EKC has 100 videos, probably. Maybe not that many. But it's a lot. For what? For what? What is the point? But Vada, the other day, has decided to create a whole new narrative of why I trigger her. So she was triggered by me, as you guys know, back in November when she started her channel. She was also triggered by me back in February. She just recently told her personal story of her domestic violence, I guess. And she claims that I mocked her or lied about her DV. So she makes this short and she puts in the short, encourages, like twists the whole narrative, uses context not even remotely close to it, and claims that I went at her over her DV. First of all, she's told stories in her Backwoods Barbie that would make sense for those pictures. Meanwhile, I didn't even talk about her DV. This is what I said.
Attention because she's like the thorn in the side.
This is
Page.
my
She's got
video.
a little attention because she's like the thorn in the side that doesn't go away and continues to rewrite history and continues to poke. Yeah, kind of like that.
Come on since February.
Kyle calls her herpes, by the way. Yes, it's petty, but hey, it is what it is.
Goes live 8 months later claiming I'm stalking her. Just because I had to tell how I started on YouTube. And
She had to tell how she started on YouTube.
now she's dedicating a live saying that she feels sorry for me, that I'm mentally unstable, and that she doesn't believe my abuse stories, and I'm nasty.
I've never said that. In fact, I've never said that publicly at all.
Yeah, she did a live on her, Hope. I didn't even know it until I think last night I saw it for the first time. Somebody else mentioned to me that she said a lot in that video, so I went and watched it. And let me just say, the irony of the stuff she says in that video is beyond belief. But she did a whole video trying to get herself involved in that one too. Must not have worked, but what Veda says in that one is crazy. But that video right there, she talks about things that would make sense of why she has pictures of bruises. And like, I've never talked about this shit, but now she's like creating these whole fabricated narratives that I said something or I don't believe her. I've never talked about it publicly at all. Oh my God, King. It's honestly mortifying to know that I was so naive to not even realize, like, I genuinely tried to ignore it.
So I don't know where she's deflecting that, but I have not said that publicly at all.
Because I went live and exposed.
I have said she's lying and I can poke holes in a bunch of her lies, but I included a couple things coming up.
Katie lying on a guy and trying to get him convicted of R that she falsely accused. But I'm the piece of shit for doing that when the guy was the victim. There was no evidence whatsoever. And the SR kit, which is an R kit, nothing. No lesions, no tears, nothing. Nothing.
And that was absolutely vile and disgusting what she did to Katie.
Be something. I've had 3 done. I know exactly how that works. So the officer figured out she was lying and that she was just jealous because the guy treated her as a one-night stand and had a girlfriend, and in revenge, she falsely accused him of R and filed a false police report trying to get the young guy put in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I still stand on the fact that that was completely beneath the lowest of low. I think that is almost wanting me to poke holes in her personal stories. However, that's just not what I'm going to do. But she does say some things and question me coming up. So there is going to be some shocking things that you guys are going to hear. So trigger warning, if you are not prepared for me to be honest, then you might want to check out now.
And like I always say, the best predictor of future behavior is relevant past behavior, and she did the same thing to Steve McCrae. So
completely not even similar. So Katie filing, I mean, you guys know, most of you guys were around for those days, but the Steve situation and Katie's ex-boyfriend or whoever whatever the case may be, are 2 completely different situations. And the fact that they've even tried to make it into similar things is beyond disgusting to me, but you guys can make up your own minds on that.
I don't feel bad or guilty whatsoever for doing that shit. Sorry, still don't. I don't care what she thinks. But of course, she's going to support women that do that kind of shit because she doesn't support anybody that's been in a domestic violence situation.
So she makes some pretty bold claims here that I don't support women who have been in domestic violence situations and so on and so forth. It couldn't be further from the truth, but I don't have to defend myself on that. You guys know who I am.
Minimizes abuse. She minimizes SA. She stands by.
Not even remotely close. In fact, the content that I do focus on involves victims of sexual assault, coercion, and things of that nature. So you couldn't be further from the truth or a bigger liar than you are currently. I mean, that's all you do. So
women that falsely accuse men of SA. So do your thing, girl. That's fine.
Yeah, nothing but lies.
Nothing to do with me. And the reason I'm telling this story is because I had a lot of comments of like, who is this? They were like, who is this on my live stream? So I figured I would give a quick backstory about how
That was a quick backstory of how she knows me.
I know this bitch. And I know in the last stream I said I wasn't going to call her names, but fuck that. Anyways, what happened to Penelope? Where did she go?
This will get addressed in the another. Anyways, I never once, you can, and I encourage you, please go check for yourselves. The transcript isn't up on that one because I think it's too long for it to show, but please go look. I've never talked about her personal stories about DV, but she made a short saying that that's why I trigger her. Meanwhile, she's been triggered since November and just came out with that story. So again, twisting the narrative to try and make that of the victim. Bitch, you ain't no victim besides of your own lies, your own stories, your own missteps. That's on you. That's between you. I've never talked about that stuff publicly, nor do I intend on it. That's not something I do. I'm not like you. I don't go and grab people's R reports and try to shame them with them because they've gone low on me. Yeah, let's be honest. Yeah, and I don't know all the ins and outs of that, but I just absolutely will not. Like, I stand on that. It's somebody that claims to be a survivor of that too. That is the first thing they go to shame another person. If that doesn't say blinded by hate and disgusting, vile behavior, if you claim you're advocating for DV victims, you're the lowest of low. And I will say that again. You're the fucking lowest of low. That's it. But nobody, none of my comment section has ever shamed her. None of that. Not at all. In fact, quite the opposite. And to make those claims when you know nothing about me, you know nothing about who I am, what I stand for, what I don't, what some of my really good friends on this app are going through. A lot of you guys know. I would never treat them that way, ever. It's just disgusting. Yeah, Joan, 100% agree. And to sit there and see that they absolutely, yeah, absolutely, Nikki. And you know how many of them are buying it because they can't see past their hate of Katie? To watch all these women shame, like, it's disgusting, but that's on them. Like, that's, my comment sections don't act like that. In fact, even when I made the post correcting that the other day, I said, please do not shame her in my comments because we don't do that. It's just, it's gross. I don't know, but I'm over it. Okay, well, I'm going to take a break and then I will come back. We'll come back and do the second portion. Thankfully, it's a short one, so it shouldn't take that long. But, you know, receipts kind of are a big deal to me, especially when you're slandering and defaming my character constantly. And the people who have encouraged all this, mind blown that they're gone. They're nowhere to be found. Not shocking. They don't want to deal with all the shit that has, you know, you don't see Molly over there. You don't see any of those people over there like singing Veda's praises anymore. Right, Nikki? Right? I will, Smiles. I absolutely will. Let's go at 7. So 3.5 hours. Then I'll have dinner done. My kids settled. Kyle will be home. He can hang out with them while I do the final part. But just so you guys know too, this is not going to be a continued thing for me. I am going to lay out the receipts. I am going to continue to move on. Like, I'm never going to have a back and forth with EKC. That's never going to happen. She's just going to talk about me and get ignored because there's no comparison even. Like, when the content that I'm focused on, by the way, we've got a lot to talk about there. I've missed so much, but President Russell M. Ballard died on Sunday, and he was a big piece of that Tim Ballard lawsuit. So we got a lot to talk about there too. I just got to feel better, but we don't have anything. So all they're doing is spinning the same exact thing. So when I'm done throwing these receipts out and making, like, this is for me. I'm doing this for me, nobody else's benefit. Once I realized the extent it's gotten, I was mortified to see how much anyways, I'm not even going to get into that. I had faith in other people. I had no clue the extent of how deep this has gotten, and to see how many people involved themselves in the lies and the continual back and forth and never clearly set themselves apart and said, no, like that's not happening. Nobody did. And it's mind blowing to me. It's really disappointing, to be honest. But when I'm done with this third piece, it's right back to, we're going to cook over here. This is what this channel is. It's Kyle and I's channel. It's a fun channel. I'll do drama occasionally if I want to over here. I mean, it's my channel. I'll do whatever the fuck I want to. But on my main channel, we do content that actually fucking matters. That's actual content. If I wanted numbers and views, I would have stuck to bashing BHB and done all of those things. That's low-hanging fruit. I leave that to the pros. Burnt Toast. Burnt Toast has got that on lock. Nobody else. Like, honestly, to be truthful, there's only so much of that I can take. I enjoy the other content. That's for me. But this right here is for me too. I had to, with encouragement from Am, she was like, lay it out there. We know where I needed to lay this out here, because once I realized how many lies were so spun and easily debunked, I was just like, what? The audio piece too. So anyways, that's where we're at. But I will see you guys. I'm going to go take some ibuprofen and ice my face for a little bit, and then I will see you guys back. Yes. Millie, I need to make some cornbread. I do. You guys, we got to talk about Thanksgiving. I got to make pies this weekend. I got to make the crust. So maybe we'll do pies this weekend. I got to make an apple, a banana cream. I think I'm going to make a pumpkin, but I'm debating if I want to make a pumpkin or if I just want to buy one from Costco. Costco pumpkin pies are like $6.99 and they're massive and they're really good. So, but I got to do I got to go grocery shopping too. We're going to do turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, stuffing, green bean casserole, cranberries. If you're in Arizona and don't have anybody to spend Thanksgiving with, hit me up. You can come hang out with me and my family. And I mean, all of my family. So psychos need not apply, because my family's even more psycho than you would be. But seriously, I don't want anybody spending the holidays alone. So, yes, we got Christmas candy coming up too. We really do. But we've got so much to do. Yeah. So, all right. I will see you guys at 7:00 tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for understanding why this is important to me and being here and supporting me. I have had the island as a group of people, and please understand, I'm not disappointed in any of you. Like, I'm not at all. I'm disappointed in this situation because none of them even took the time to vet what they were doing and continued to spin. This Renelle, I've heard great things about her from some people that I actually like. Meanwhile, I'm seeing that she just got caught up in this whole same thing, down the rabbit hole at bedtime. I don't know who she is, but she's attempting to be the mirror of Katie. Meanwhile, not even being able to vet out what is actually happening here. It is really disappointing. And the more people that get involved in that just keep the spin going. And it's like, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt that they're going to wake up. They're going to, I don't know. And just to watch it constantly fall flat on their faces and be such disappointments. Why? Like, does their hate blind them that bad? I guess so. Anyways. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Even Elle moved on. I guarantee if you were to ask her now if she regretted getting involved in that, she absolutely would say yes. I bet you $20 she would, because it was a shit show, and one that she didn't even vet information out. It's wild to me. But okay, I'll see you guys tonight. It won't be super long, but we'll have some laughs. Yeah, Clarissa, absolutely she is. Absolutely. Her coming in here. Why are you in here trying to spin narratives about people that you ain't going to tell me about shit that I can prove factually that's not happening, that people behind those emails are coming from the group that you're taking up for. You aren't going to spin anything to me and ever make it true. Not happening. I don't even know where that type of mind bullshit goes. But all right. Bye, y'all.